So your tears been running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down, and you keep on thinking you could save yourself. But that's love, that's just love. You should know some things will hurt, and you'll end up getting burned. I just hope that you will learn. That's just love, that's just love. You will get back up again, even if you don't know when. And it feels like the world is coming down on you. You have to move on, deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love. broken heart. You have to move on. Deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love.
Read my eyes, do I want to stay? If you thought you weren't made that way, it's the choices we make. We give and take, and I know you will keep trying. Said I think I know what you mean. Pretty good for a dumb machine. And you gave me that smile. We stood there for a while. That was when you woke me up. All this time I didn't know I had my heart on standby. That it is love that I am feeling inside. What it means to be a human.
All this time I've been a fool for not seeing you shine. I let my circus know you say you'll be mine. You are the only one
Without emotions made of steel, what was I supposed to feel? I didn't want to take chances. Past romances were telling me I'd just crash again. I said I think I know what you mean.
pretty good for a dumb machine. You gave me that smile. We stood there for a while. That was when you woke me up.
All this time I didn't know I had my heart on standby. That it is love that I am feeling inside. What it means to be a human.
Check. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And as we come up upon Father's Day, remembering the death of my father, man. God bless my father who died May 1st into May 2nd, late into the night. God bless you, Jimmy. Thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for the staying power you've given me for each and every one of us, baby. Let's go! Yes! Feels good to be alive. It feels good to be ready to go. It feels good to survive in this world. Are you thriving? Actually, to thrive. Are you thriving or just surviving, right? I'm thriving, baby. I'm swimming the breaststroke right through the currents, just like Jack LaLanne. If you don't know Jack LaLanne, look him up. Unbelievable guy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, starting your day with the lifer. Did you work out today? I did. I was dripping sweat. I was doing floor planks with 1 foot up, 1 foot up, 1 hand up, 1 foot up, 1 hand up. I was doing these twists. I was doing squats. I'm in there to win there, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me fix this floor mat the right way over here. Shout out to you all. Thank you for jumping on in. I work so hard that my feet hurt at my stand-up desk a lot, but I absolutely love it. I don't have any shoes or socks on right now. I'm barefoot, but I do have pants on, all right? I do have pants on in case you want to know. I'm wearing a nice set of pants. Can I get my foot up there? Yeah, these pants are beautiful too. Really like these pants. My wife bought them for me. God bless my wife. God bless my family and my children. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water, get ourselves hydrated to start our day. The mind is the most important thing to take care of. Everything else falls into place. We take care of the mind with taking care of the body. This is how you do it. There's a way to do it. I can teach you how to stay successful, how to get to places you want, how to fire your boss, how to become financially independent, spiritually independent, physically independent, and how to just get to these higher levels in life. I can't wait to show you how. Shout out to all the beautiful souls on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of this beautiful world and this beautiful day. Now that was an amazing moment in time right there. I want some more. Take care of your beautiful body that God gave you. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. God bless you all for jumping on into the live. All right, let's break it down. Shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to Lifer Adam. Shout out to everyone that jumped in, all the green people and all the green peeps. I love you. Shout out to Board Type Crow with Let's Crow with the $4.99. Wow. Shout out to all my lovers of life out here. Everyone that takes their life by storm. God bless each and every one of you for jumping on into the live stream, being here with each and every one of you, and just doing what it does, man. Shout out to the 239 people, 96 likes before I even enter the building. Wow, that's an amazing feeling. God bless you all. Let's jump on into the chat, shall we, and break it down. Looking at the day, Bitcoin just getting fired off as usual, right? Most of the market's pretty down, though. Atom down 0.5%, BAN down 0.3%. Basic attention token up 3.2%, which is interesting. Got a little bit of a move there. Bitcoin Cash up 4.2%. Bitcoin Diamond, BNB down 276. Looks like BNB might kind of get sold off a little bit. I believe it will be a great time to load up on BNB. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Babe, Greg's calling me. Down here. If you want to call him back. All right, anyway. I live stream every single day. Can't take calls from 10 to 2, no matter what. I'm religious about it. One thing I want to talk about and discuss and break down for you is the weather here in the East Coast. All right, there was a huge fire in Canada, and actually even kids in New York City, the DOE has said not to have kids outside. There's particles in the air. So sad because it's one of the beautiful days after being kept up in your house all winter long. But now apparently here in Boston, even though it looks nice and it looks really nice, we have an air particle cleaner here in the house. And my wife is a little, she just doesn't want anything to happen to her beautiful, beautiful children. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I would greatly appreciate it. If you hang out with me for too long, I'll brainwash you into believing in yourself and knowing you can achieve anything. Shout out to Grant Cardone, who followed me. I couldn't believe it. Grant Cardone following the lifer. And shout out to Grant, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it more than you would ever know. Got to connect with Grant Cardone last night on a Spaces. It was mind-blowing. And it's funny, I was meditating on meeting him and hanging out with him, and next thing you know, we end up getting a connection, and he ends up following me on YouTube, which here on Twitter. So shout out to Grant, man. I love you. And tonight there's going to be a big reveal with Grant Cardone too on Spaces tonight. There's going to be a big Spaces, so check out Grant Cardone when the Spaces come out. He's going to be interviewing an amazing person, talking about a big topic, and it's going to be a big deal. So shout out to you all. I love you. And remember, Spaces are blowing up. I'm going to start my first Spaces. Haven't done a Spaces yet, but I'm going to continue to move. Do you see Bitcoin hitting 40K by, let's say, December of 2022, of 2023, of course. But do you see Bitcoin hitting 40K by December of 2023? And I teach my students to say I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but I just want to see what people are saying out there. Do you see Bitcoin hitting 40K by December of 2023? Hit that tweet up. Let me know how you feel. And I put that tweet here in the comment section so you can easily find it. Can't say you didn't want to hit that poll and take a look. Hit that poll up. Let us know how you feel about the world. SEC Battling Crypto Part 2. They're going at us. They got Scaramucci. It's a city town hall. We have so many people in the financial business that are looking at what's happening, breaking it down, and seeing it for what it is. It's a control grab. It's choke point 2.0. And, you can do all you can to try to choke point out cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin will live. Once Bitcoin lives, it's like the river that streams flow from, or the ocean that rivers come off of, and then streams flow off of. So Bitcoin will continue. And once you can't get rid of Bitcoin, then you can't get rid of crypto, and crypto will continue to rise. So that's just one thing that people need to realize out there, that it's going to be a long battle. This man says, I see 48K in July. Wow. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all. Shout out to Red Cows, OMAC. Shout out to Lauren Corrente. God bless you, Lauren. Thank you for jumping on into the live. Shout out to Board Type Crow, Baby C. My man, OMAC. I love you, brother. Good morning, everyone. Not sure I could do 2:30 a.m. Spaces back to back. That Spaces at 7 p.m. tonight, not 2:30 a.m. Oh, but last night I was on a Spaces with BEN.ETH. I wanted to know a little bit more of what was happening. And I ended up connecting with BEN.ETH and asking him some deep questions. And he told me things I didn't believe. Like, I just thought, at first I was like, what's this guy about? I met him through the BEN coin, and then, but I still hold PSYOP, I still hold Loyal Token, and I'm going to continue to hold these coins for the next, 6 to 7 months, even for a longer. The community is growing. They're doing something big with these orange badges on Twitter. They kind of blew up Twitter. They did something really different that I've never seen. You get these badges on OpenSea, then you can make it your Twitter profile and stuff. I got to keep my Twitter profile what it is, a picture of me, right? And it's funny, the second you change your picture, you lose your verification for a little while too. I don't want to do that. It's super important I keep that blue check because I had too many impersonators. Insanity. I never thought I'd have to say that. I have too many impersonators, but it is a problem for me. So, yeah. If you monetize well and people see that you do that, they attack your revenue source and they go after you. And so you don't have to be popular. You just have to be successful to have people try to, find out, basically try to duplicate you online. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show as we deep dive and have a blast. High coins are out of control. Out of control. Remember there's always, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Why are you doing this to me right now? Oh, come on. Like, get out of here. Anyway, so look, the high coins. I have a list of every single high coin in the game. And you can see up 21% on HIODB. HIDOODLES banging on up to the upside. HIME-BITS going. HIFLUF, which I put out last night. HIFLUF caressed the 200 SMA and had a nice move to the upside. And this is an ugly, funky little flag, but it's still a flag nonetheless. I could see this thing begin to move and continue to move to the upside. What are high coins? What's going on with them? That would be Fracton Protocol, all right? Fracton Protocol right here at $4. And again, when the high coins move a lot, Fracton Protocol tends to move to the upside, something that you want to understand. And it basically explore Fracton NFT pool. Sappy seals, you got high seals, high BAYC. And what this is, there are ETFs, which are basically like pieces of NFTs. So if an NFT is hot, like High Moon Birds has been hot for whatever reason, it's starting to move. And this thing is blasting. Look at up 1,371 ETH. right? Double the value of seals, double the value of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is crazy. And what they do is they get 24 items, they bring them together, and you're able to kind of basically trade these. So Invisible Friends, Hi Azuki. And so I figured this out in October, late September, October. I saw one of these coins go up really. The first one went up. The second one went up. I talked about HIRENGA right here in this little trade. I put out HIRENGA down here. I saw Sammy cup and handy. I do the same thing. I saw that we got above the 200 SMA. I saw that the MACD was turning nice. I saw the RSI was also in a flag. Look at how the RSI was in a bull flag there, falling to the downside, about to break out, and the stochastics were low, right? I saw that on the 1 hour time frame. Then you could even move to the daily on this idea, right? Mainly was a smaller version of it, and the daily just had a bit of a kind of a curve there. It wasn't huge on the daily, right? But the 4 hour also, look, lack of bearish momentum. Whenever you see just the MACD, worst indicator to use by itself, all right? But what I can teach you about the MACD is it visually gives you the histogram of the range, all right? And in histogram of the range, you can see smaller hills, smaller hills, smaller hills, smaller hills. And when the hill is really small or basically non-existent, it tells you a big move is coming. So look, there's a lot of sellers there, right? There's no sellers. There's barely any sellers. There's nothing. And look what happened to HIRENGA. And you'd be like, no. And you'd be like, but yes. But yes. And I like to be ahead of the trade. I put out HIRENGA here in May 26th. By June 7th, which is 12 days later, you are up 115%. That's basically almost being up 10% a day. Imagine making 10% a day every single day. Well, HIRENGA would have done that for you. You would have learned about it in my trading group. HIFLUF also made the move to the upside. These coins are banging, 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 all right? I put out HISAND 33, all right? And that had a double bottom here, a giant double bottom in the cup and handle. This thing blasted up 53%. And Metal last night was the coin of the day. Metal I put out in the morning on a beautiful flag of the 15-minute. This thing was up 90% in a day. That's actually incorrect. I put it out yesterday. I put it out yesterday, June 6th, Sean. If you could change that to June 6th and put it back out, because I put this coin out yesterday in the morning, and yesterday was the 6th, if I remember correctly. If we could just change that date to, I don't believe you. Or maybe I put it out at night. Maybe you're right. You're probably correct. No, I probably put it out at night. You're right. You're right. My bad. But I did remind people in the morning. In my trading group, you can also see, is he for real? You could join the group for one month and just see, what is this guy up to? What is he doing? I'm so curious why he's being talked about, why he's on all different channels, why people love him, what happens there. And look, my man was right. He never misses. It's right there. So God bless you, Sean. 6'5", 1128. I put this out. Looks strong on the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame. Let me go over what I saw here. I saw lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. I saw falling volume with falling price. I saw tight moving averages. I saw a high volume POC right there. Once we get above that, you're going to the value area highs. That's just what happens. And I saw a beautiful place on the RSI, and the stochastics were headed back lower. That's also bullish consolidation, up, down, and tightness. So there was price action. There was indication. And there was a bunch of different things going on that I can teach you so you can learn how to do this yourself. You can learn how to pull money out of the market. Jump on it today with the Crypto Lifers. I love you. God bless everybody in the live stream. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. Thank you. Trading group for the win. The trading group is just banging on them to the upside. Yesterday was insanity. Insanity in the trading group. The gains were actually out of control. I didn't have a gain section, but I decided to make one. Lifer gains. If you go over what happened, this guy made 72% on a Bitcoin long. This dude made $900 yesterday, banging on him 186% gains. I mean, making $900 in a day. Imagine that. Banging on it. 14%. This guy made $10 just getting started, right? Took all day for the second scalp, but a win is a win. John Thomas finally got up there for $76 on the day. This made 6%, 42%, and we'll go all the way up there. 283% on metal, 206%, 154%. Proof that staying in this group and learn and grind could change your life. Shout out to Martin 800, 75% gains here, and we just started getting the gains in. So shout out to anyone that traded yesterday, and I saw even more gains in the 99, just doing damage. We call it doing damage, right? Look at HIPENGUINS, little flag there, just blasted to the upside. Penguins up, absolutely huge. We are going to know where the money's flowing in cryptocurrency, all right? Look, I have a list of every single high coin in the game. How do you think I figured this out? Now, look, I'm going to show you something very, very interesting. I'm going to show back-to-back charts and kind of break something down for you as well. There's always a chance to learn. There's always a time to open your mind. If you love everyone else in your life, love is the strongest frequency. Dope. They have a super chat filter in the comment section now. What does that mean? I'm confused. Fan funding, super chat, super stickers, channels, memberships, and gifting. Ooh. Oh, wow. And you can see who funded just by looking at the chart. That's kind of interesting. So I never have to miss a super chat. I can hit fan funding and I'll be able to filter out the super chats. I love that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We love you. I cleared house for 2K just this week. Long and short. Gotta stay in it to win it, baby. Shout out to Michael L in the house. I scraped up 500 and turned it into a little over 11K so far. When I hit 50K, I can join the Lifer gang. Really? Why don't you just join the Lifer gang right now? You gotta wait till you hit 50,000? Jump on in, man, for $100 a month. Come on now. I'll be honest, when you're scared to use money to gain more knowledge and information, you got to just put it. I learned this in my life. Every time I got that little hindrance not to do something, my mind would be like, oh, so you don't think you're worth it? You don't think you're going to get it? You don't think it's going to come your way? So when I push myself out there, for instance, I didn't own CryptoLifer.com. This is a great example. And, you know, one of my assistants was like, you should buy it. And I looked it up. It was $7,000. And I said, $7,000? I don't need to buy CryptoLifer.com. And I really, like, the group could consistently win. Things are going well. But he said for the long term, once we do SEC, once we really invest and crypto takes off 5, 10, I think 20 years from now, at least 10 years from now, you're going to want to own that URL. I thought about it. I said, I'm never going to do that. It's ridiculous. A month later, I ponied up $7,000 and I bought CryptoLifer.com. So, and why? Because I know in the long run, that's going to be a huge, and that's real estate. You're buying real estate. I didn't even consider it really losing money. That's putting money down on real estate, online real estate. I could be able to sell CryptoLifer.com probably already for $10,000, $12,000 already. CryptoLifer? Think about that. That's going to go long and far in the industry in time. So, love you all. Got to get out of that mindset. Amen. Not going to lie, I was scared to join the group. See? Fear, fake emotions acting real. You push forward and everything comes your way. Every hour, every day, I'm learning more. The more I know, the less I knew before. Love, learning. Amen. Amen. I always talk about that. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. And I say that because the more you learn you didn't know about it. Like if you didn't know, say you lived in an island and you thought that was the earth, right? Let's just say. Then someone took you on a trip and you saw that the world was way bigger than that island. There was so much more. You would realize that, wow, I knew nothing when I lived on that island. And we're all living on an island of sorts, a subconscious island. And we believe we know what the world is full of, what's happening, but we are still learning every single day. That's why I preach the beginner's mind. Keeping a beginner's mind is oh so important. The beginner's mind, right? And why? Well, beginner's mind means that you're always a beginner. Once you call yourself an expert, call yourself the greatest, call yourself the best, there's no more room for learning, right? You know it all. You're there. Even me, I can learn from my students every single day. My students hit me up and teach me new gems, new ideas, new projects, new thought, all sorts of beautiful things every single day. So that's the thing. Keep a beginner's mind. And only time could tell. I could see this pulling back. A lot of times I pull a Fibonacci, even from this mini move here to the upside. I love Fibonacci. I use it daily, all the time, to make sure I don't get into something that's just too overextended or too overvalued. Okay? Never say that you know all. We are all learning. Lifer is love, baby. Let's go, Jimmy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to all my awesome lifers that have held me down through all the ups and downs, you know, through all the battles, through all the pain. We continue to push. There's only one person I appreciate the most is Sam. He is by far the best crypto person, always available, always online, but also kudos to the Lifer support team and the Lifer group members. Shout out to Amanda Armin Habits. We love you, Armin. Thank you so much for the for that. Thank you so much for the feedback. Take a look at SuCoin on Dex Tools. We could look at Dex Screener too if they might have it, but we'll look at Dex Tools and Dex Screener. We'll have them both up. I like Dex Screener. It's really the place. A lot of people don't know about Dex Screener enough. Dex Screener is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. Habibi, Neon, BEN'ETH, Inu. Could you explain which Bitcoin USD which is higher, 28K price versus Bitcoin USD pair, which is 26. No, that's not true. Cedric, that's not happening. Bitcoin USD and Bitcoin USDT are not that different. They're not going to be $2,000 different. US Tether is the same. That's just not going to happen. All right. I hit this. I don't understand like why this isn't going away. I don't know what happened in there. A glitch there. So if you look at BTC USD and we look at like the Coinbase price, right? It's 26,554. All right. Then we go and then we look at Bitcoin USDT again on KuCoin. It's 26,546. Right? Might be off fine $9 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And you may be on two different exchanges, or you may be just looking at a conglomerated idea, or you may be looking at futures too. I don't know exactly what's going on there. So here's the deal. Last night, if you were watching my update in the trading group, I talked about the fact that Bitcoin was likely going to pull back. Why? Because it was obvious. It was overbought on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, and it had a beautiful pump up to the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. Look, we can't get back above the 200 SMA on the 4 hour. All right. We also couldn't get back above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. You can see it stopped us in our tracks. This is something that I talk about, I break down, I go over all the time. Already did a beautiful update this morning. The lifers are privy to what's happening and where we're at. I talked about the fact that we must stay above the zone. Why? Well, bounce, 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 resistance, bounce, resistance. This is a key area that we're going to have to look at and pay attention to. Bounce right there too as well. And honestly, the 4 hours suggest that we're going to go lower. And pattern trading 101 suggests, hey, you hit the top of a pattern, you're headed back to the bottom of the pattern. That's just how it works. I can't explain it better than that. But it just, pattern trading keeps it obvious. Boom, 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 boom. Came back up. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back and we tested the low area one more time. It would be awesome if we don't do that and we finally find some support here or here. And we're range bound right now for Bitcoin. As you can clearly see, we're range bound. So a lot of fear on the market too. Let's take a look at the crypto fear and greed index and give you that idea every single day. I like to look at the crypto fear and greed index and see what's happening in the market. Crypto fear and greed index at 53. All right. Yesterday, the fear was down to 44, bounced back pretty fast. That's interesting to see that actually happened. I didn't get to see that. 44 was a beautiful price. Anytime it starts going into the neutrals, less than the neutral zone, my wallet perks up. I start thinking about buying more BTC. It's 28K on Binance for the USD pair. That something's wrong, right? They're probably frozen or something's going on where it's not correct, right? Let's double check for you. One thing I want to show you real quick is just how I use basically similarities in the charts to figure out where other charts are going to go. So what did I look at? HISAND 33, I believe. And if you look at HISAND 33, it made this giant double bottom, which I pointed out. See, boom, boom, and then a cup and handle. It was likely going to pump. This thing banged for 53% gains. Now you look at HIBAYC, it looks identical. The big double bottom with this cup and handle and the larger cup and handle. Very, very similar. Yes, the 4 hours a little overbought. I would expect it to kind of maybe cool off a little bit. And then I look at the daily time frame. The daily is ready to rock. I look at my 22. The 22 is about to explode to the upside. So this is the next one probably ready to rock is HIBAYC, based on the idea that we're getting a lot of movement in the high coins. Based on we know that it's a Bored Ape Yacht Club idea. Bored Ape Yacht Club is starting to hit a low point where people start to think about getting back in. That puts the NFTs back up. NFT space is also starting to move a little bit. And BEN.ETH, I believe, is having a little bit of an effect on that. He loves his NFTs. He has a Bored Ape Yacht Club too. And so I could just see that kind of gaining some steam and making a bigger move to the upside. What BEN.ETH is starting and using, he's going to create PSYOP. PSYOP is going to be basically connected to a launch pad. The launch pad is going to allow you to basically create any meme coin you want without having any really not too much knowing about how to actually have to do it from the start. So it's going to make it accessible. All you have to do is have the idea, pick the liquidity, pick how much you want to lock. And what I like that he's doing is he doesn't like the bots, he doesn't like the VCs, he doesn't like the garbage and the pump and dumping going on. So he's going to create the system where you can only pre-sale for 0.1 ETH. And, maybe you get 0.1 ETH to 1 ETH and you make a beautiful 10x. Beautiful move, right? And so that's also going to create more loyal people, less people getting it, and the pre-sales will be smaller too. So I'm interested to see it. I have a really cool idea for a meme coin. something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and one that I might actually deploy when that is ready. So that's going to change the kind of the facet, the ideas of what's happening in the meme village. And again, it's not 28K on Binance. Yeah, I don't know what this man is saying. I wish I could help you, man. I don't see what you're talking about. You may have a stuck internet connection. Who knows? Look at BTCUSD, right? And you look at Binance US right here. There's the US. It's sitting at 26,487, dropping just like it is on every other platform. So I don't know what to say. There's also Binance US, which you could look at. Binance US. Let's see if we have the Binance US one, which I don't normally trade on anyway. There's the perpetual contract. There's Mex Global. So many exchanges have Bitcoin, right? Look, it just goes on and on and on and on. So many chats to look at. There's the Binance US right there. And see, they're frozen. Something's going on there. You see what I mean? Either that or so many people are actually converting into Bitcoin on Binance US that it's pushing the price up on Binance US to some crazy number. That's the only thing that I can think of. Because they froze Binance US, people are running in and just selling all their coins into Bitcoin. And it's actually propping the price up. That's interesting. I've never seen that. You may be onto something. There's some arbitrage going on here. Could you buy Bitcoin on one exchange, send it to Binance US, and sell it for a gain? You may be onto something right now. And it's because they're forcing people off of Binance US, trying to tell them they're going to freeze funds and all that. And so people are going to sell their coins into Bitcoin, and then they're going to transfer the Bitcoin off to a new exchange. So that's creating a frenzy, which actually did create a bit of a buy pump to the upside. You just pointed out something that's very, very interesting. Binance US, and it looks like the price is actually moving here. So because they're ruffling the feathers of Binance US, they're pumping the price of Bitcoin up to 28,000. Very, very interesting. Major lawsuit on Binance US. Yeah, we talked about it. We broke it down. And again, that's all FUD, man. You realize that's all just a fine. Those are civil lawsuits, right? They're trying to say there's all this stuff, fraud and all that. CZ, man, he worked at McDonald's. He worked his way up from nothing. I have faith that everything will fall through. He also has $1 billion to fight that lawsuit. The SEC doesn't have enough money. The SEC doesn't have $1 billion. I'll tell you right now, not to fight one lawsuit. And if every single one of these coins decided to go after the SEC and really just kind of continue to conjoin, they won't be able to handle that volume. So this is interesting. This is very interesting. I wish I had both of my exchanges open right now. I would actually try to arbitrage right now live in front of you. This is pretty interesting. Don't listen to everybody on the internet. Yeah, I don't spend time on FUD. I really don't. Could be low liquidity on Binance for Binance USA since people are withdrawing their Bitcoin from Binance US. Supply and demand. As he is suing them, nothing too crazy. Yeah, that means you're doing well. If the SEC sues you, it means you're doing something good. Apparently, that's kind of what's happening now, which is pretty strange. I listened to the spaces on this yesterday, and they said Gov is coming for all. There's a lot of fear and FUD going on in the market. I do hold a lot of my possessions in Bitcoin on hardware wallet, so I sit scot-free like this, chilling. And I got into Bitcoin pretty early, so I'm sitting scot-free, just chilling, not really stressed about it at all. Like, I don't stress this stuff. You know what I mean? I really don't. I also believe in God, and I don't live in fear. So with those two kind of things together, pretty makes a lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? That God has a plan for me. I've submitted to God. So whatever happens, and I can't take it with me. So I'm not worried about my material goods. It's fun to make money. It's awesome to travel the world. It's great to have freedom. It's great to go after your goals, dreams, hopes, and create them into reality and manifest that reality. But again, if you put your whole life on your money, on your wallet, and that makes you who you are, and you freak out every time you lose money, and all you care about is money, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to elevate to new heights in this world. You're going to be held down by basically a low frequency. High frequency is to be free and to know that everything is coming your way the way it's supposed to. You may struggle. It may not go your way. You may lose some trades. You may win some trades. It may not be perfect. But over time, you'll begin to realize that everything is in your favor and God has a plan for you. And whatever comes your way, you're going to make it through no matter what. I go by this documentary about a guy that was born with like no legs and no hands. And he talks in front of, hundreds and thousands of people now. He goes around the world and he inspires people. And he does amazing things with his life. And he could have been depressed and sat in that wheelchair or whatever he was at. And, but he didn't. he actually realized it was a gift. And one day I saw him, he's like, I'm so grateful for what happened to me or how I was born this way. And I was like, this man can be grateful for the way he lives. Then like, my God, I better be grateful for every single thing in my life. I better be so happy and live in abundance all the time. So that's kind of what it breaks down for me. You know, at the end of the day, it's just, we live in a blessed world, in a blessed life. And I still believe that, you know. So the one scary thing is they may freeze assets on Binance US. And I will tell you, yesterday, sad to say, and I never really used Binance US that much. I really didn't. It wasn't really a big place for me to use. It just was like, you know. Sammy Pants, thanks for sending your super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to Sammy Pants for the $1. God bless you, brother. Shout out to Dustin Kava every single Wednesday, Dustin. I love you more than you ever know. Saw you in the group the other day, man. D Kava in the house. We got to get a Zoom together, man. Just want to talk, chat it up, see what we can brainstorm together. There's got to be a way we can continue to work together. I love you, Dustin. And as you told me that day, man, you're just getting started. I'm just getting started today, Dustin, thank you so much for everything, man. I really appreciate it. Sammy, I've missed you. Hope you're well. Shout out to Crypto Tucker 420. U.S. court approved U.S. Binance funds to be frozen. And there you have it. I don't know how long that takes, though. And again, why are they going to freeze customer funds? So anyway, I went to Binance US, and I did take all my Bitcoin off. You know, I sold every asset that I had on there into Bitcoin. And then I basically, except for my VeChain, I didn't want to sell my VeChain. I was like, no, I don't want to sell my VeChain. So I was looking for a wallet to hold my VeChain. Looks like Ledger can hold VeChain, but you can't see it on Ledger Live. But I guess it's still there. And that's kind of like, well, where is it though? You know what I mean? Anyway, Binance US is at 28,169, as this man said. But maybe they're starting to free. It's pretty interesting to see a $1,500 difference. I would attempt to arbitrage right now. Yeah, I use onboard now and have 1,400 stuck until clears the 7-day bank hold. I'm worried it won't clear in time. Interesting. Shout out to Crypto Cash, man. And now I have 14,000 stuck until clears the 7-day bank hold they do. I'm worried it won't clear in time. Don't be worried, man. If that's going to happen, then that's your destiny. God has a plan for you. You can't worry, man. Can you do something about it? Here's the thing about worry, man. I got rid of the word worry. It doesn't exist. Everyone, there's no such thing as fear and worry. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go over this every single day. Fear, fake emotion, acting real. Fake emotion, acting real. Okay? Worry. All right? When we worry, right? What is that? We're sitting there stressed out. Basically, worry is a form of stress. Is it not? Also, when you're worried, can you work? Like, here's the deal. I always look at something in the physical realm to realize how my brain is physical. And I talk about it. Say we were in the New Frontier and we had just bought a plot of land, okay? And we had this big old, like maybe, 5-acre plot of land that we've got, right? And we basically had our homestead and we had our covered wagon. And for the meantime, we were living out of the covered wagon, right? Amazing. Now, but we want to eventually build a home that we can stay on. We want a homestead here. We want to build crops. So the first thing we got to do is begin to build a home. What if the whole time we were worried, right? We were worried about building the home and we kept filling ourselves with stress. How would we build the home if we were constantly worried? It would take away from our physical energy, our mental energy, and our spiritual energy. I've taken the word worry and I've switched it for concern. You can be concerned about something, right? Which means it's on your radar and you're aware of it. You can be concerned, but you can't be worried. Worry just doesn't exist. You could pass away tomorrow and that 14K will never matter. Your life is what matters, not your money. And I understand, and I'm not trying to downplay the fact that you're waiting. I mean, that's concerning. That's not a good feeling, right? When money is tied up, believe you me, I know when money is tied up, it's not a good feeling. I had my entire bank account tied up at the end of December, so I know exactly how that feels. All right, but we're learning on this realm to be more spiritual than physical. And if we're more spiritual, we know that God will take care of us. All you need is a roof over your head and some food each day. Everything else is a luxury at the end of the day. In my humble opinion, whether you get to fly somewhere, whether you get a nice watch, whether you drive a fancy car, whether you make more money than you had before, it's a luxury. Think about the people. There's people in this world that literally live in a shack with nothing and they're happy. There's people in Costa Rica that have a way smaller way of life and they're so happy. They're just excited. They're happy. You know what I mean? And that's just something that I want to break down and discuss, is it's all about your spirit and your soul. You know what I mean? You can't live in the past. I used to live in the past all the time. I did it for so long that I couldn't get where I needed to go. Buying a house is out of most ordinary people's reach. Yeah, but you don't need to buy a house. You can buy a plot of land and you could build a house, right? You could do something out of the ordinary that it's out of the regular idea is out of the reach, right? But not like you don't have to do, that means if you wanted a mortgage and you wanted to do the traditional thing and become a bank slave, right? But you could build your own house. You can homestead. You can learn how to live on, one guy on YouTube shows you how he basically built his house for free. And again, if you compare yourself to all the luxuries that they want you to have, I'm supposed to have a beautiful kitchen. I'm supposed to have all these things. You just need some running water, right? You just need a roof over your head. Most people are spending tons of money on a house with a lawn in a municipal area, and they don't even have a place to grow plants, and they don't even grow their own plants. I'm one of those people, like I should have a better garden than I do. You know what I mean? And, I kick myself every day. And so, honestly, someone that living on a tiny little plot of land with their own plants growing is doing way better than someone with this $1 million mortgage. So, like, you can't, they're putting you in a box to think you have to have, and they're showing you this stuff every day on the news, on YouTube. You don't have to have any of these things. You really don't. Shout out to Jason Casper growing his own food. Amen. I'm an architect, and building a house is definitely the way to go. See what he just said? Amen. Amen. Poorest countries have the happiest people. Shout out to Cesar Cordero. I saw it. In Costa Rica, I saw it. Not freezing customer funds, only approved for the freezing of company corporate assets. Look at that. Only approved for the freezing of company corporate assets. See? So they think it's customer funds, and it's not. Pura Vida, baby. Don't dwell on the past. Don't worry about the future. Both take away from being present in the moment. Live in the now. Amen. 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 My wife and I are building our home out of a school bus, a schoolie, living on my parents' family's land with a garden and homegrown cows and pigs, man. Crypto Tucker 420. That sounds like a beautiful life. You know what I mean? And honestly, everyone that worry, if you don't have kids and go and build a home, know where I live, too pricey. There is a way, Jennifer. There is a way. Tell them, trust me. Believe in God. Pray every day, too. Are you praying for these things? Say, God, I need a solution to the situation, right? So worrying is a part of fear. It drags you down lower. It lowers your frequency. It gives you cortisol. It adds stress to your life. What are your thoughts on ADA being labeled as a security? What I don't get is that they had their own ICO in Japan, and the judge in the library case ruled secondary sales are not securities. Got into overrated meat and eggs. Where it's at. Shout out to my man. I'm with you too. I'm with you on the meat and eggs. So I love meat and eggs. You know what I mean? I eat eggs every single day of my life. That's like the first thing that I eat every day. I boil a couple eggs, or I make some scrambled eggs. Eggs, baby, eggs, So we talked about the 4-hour coming to the downside, and it was just very likely that the 4-hour was going to break down. It's overbought. I'm a stochastics RSI guy. Once you live and die by the stochastics RSI, you're not going to be right every single time, but you're going to be right like 80 to 90% of the time. They are the best indicator in the game. I'm telling you right now. Do whatever you want. Listen to whoever you want. Go buy whatever you want. I talked about a short last night in my trading group. Who here in the trading group opened up a short after they saw the update and did their own little due diligence and said, this makes sense? And let's go over this. I like to show you guys every single time. This is called the stochastics RSI. This goes above a dotted line and below a dotted line every single time. And team, let's clip this out. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, and one of the main indicators that I use is the stochastics RSI. It's a stochastic based on the RSI. What it does, it's a very simple indicator to me. It's made of a blue line and a red line. It has a dotted line at 80 and a dotted line here at 20. When you get to below the 20 area, you get into what's called an oversold region. Now, I've even seen big moves in there, and we'll get that into like a more advanced theory. But for the most part, the simplest way to trade this indicator is to think, once you double top up here, once you begin to bend, it's time to probably close along and begin to think about building a short. And these are scaling in areas. You can begin to scale into a short. You can begin to scale into a long. This is like the concept and the key ideas that I break down for you every single day here on my channel. I go live. My name's Samuel James Price. I've been trading for over 15 years. I'm 40 years old. I got into Bitcoin back in 2017. I got into crypto back in 2016. And it's now been a 7-year journey for me, approaching my 10 years in cryptocurrency. So I've been trading all sorts of markets, the Toronto Stock Exchange, gold and silver. I've traded so many different things and so many different times in my life. So the deal is this. Whenever you get to this overbought region, you're likely to break down. So look, I'm going to circle this. I'm going to circle all these high points, right? And I'm going to say, what if we opened up a short in these areas? And we're going to talk about it. And we're going to see why I called short for my trading group earlier today, or last night too, when I went over the update. So let's take a look. We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 instances, right? 10 instances is pretty good. You can go 22 if you want. And this is what I do. I backtest all the time to prove my theories and prove why I do what I do. So let's go to circle number 1. And as you can see, circle number 1 started to happen around here. We did have this dolphin dip up, dolphin dip back. But at the end of the day, what decided to happen? We started to kind of roll to the downside. By the time you get to the dotted line again, that was a short to the downside. So to me, that checks out right there. If we started at this curve, as we started to curve down, all right, then we did have a nasty dip. I mean, that short would have paid you immediately. We did get this little rip up into the inside, but then again, once we curve back again, and even if you just opened a short and you kept it with a stop loss up here, you would have eventually been in the money. 2 times you would have been in the money. So bang. Right here is another double top at the secondary hill. Bang. Also, there's a shoulder head and a shoulder there. So I add pattern trading to this, and it gets even more accurate. And look, second time, nasty dump to the downside. Here we are again, the third time, overbought on the stochastics RSI. What happens? A nasty dump. You know, you could say that one was kind of iffy. These two are guaranteed checks off. And this one actually gave you 2 shorts in a row. So it's still, if you're a smart trader that moves your stop loss into profit, you'd be in the money. You'd be in the money. Then right here, all right, boom. We're overbought on the stochastics on the secondary hill. Beautiful short to the downside. That checks off as the 4th time in a row. Are you getting something now? Here we are again, overbought. Boom. Here we are again, overbought. Boom. Here we are again, overbought. Boom. 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 And today, here we were. You think it was difficult to call a short here? Again, do you think it's difficult to call a short here? I want you to understand that I trade in this way because I keep it simple. I can teach you how to trade in a simple manner without all these crazy indicators, without having to look at, I look at liquidity and I look at other stuff and I try to map out exactly what's happening at smaller time frames. I pride myself on trying to be like as the most precise as humanly possible. But I mean, look at that. Look at that beauty. And again, there's some variations. Like you got to kind of understand where you're at. And if you use support and resistance, I mean, your money. Like, look, this previous resistance was the support. This previous support right there was the resistance. You put a stop loss up here, in the money. Same thing, resistance, resistance, resistance. You hit a resistance, you put a stop on the other side of resistance, you short resistance with high stochastic, you have a high probability of getting paid and getting that paper money. So this is what I want to teach you. This is what I go over. This is on my live stream every single day. I teach, and I teach. So many people are new. Who here is new on the channel, never seen anything? There's probably someone new every day watching this channel. So because of that, I want to put the beginner first. Because, and relearning this stuff as an expert or someone that's been doing this for a long time is also good for the mind. It really helps the mind. So I want to kind of push this out there and make you understand why I use the stochastics RSI. And again, it goes the same way long, right? And so it's a beautiful indicator. It's very, very sensitive and very accurate. And I can teach you these types of things. My name is Samuel Price. Go to cryptolifer.com. You can join my trading group where I have so much more information like this to teach you how to trade, to teach you. And you can trade any market in the world with the stochastics RSI. This works on Tesla, gold, silver, oil, Forex, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. It does not matter. I'm here to teach you and here to show you the way. So come on in every single day to my live stream, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m., and get that education, get that knowledge. I'm here to spread it every single day. That's what I'm doing. That is the stochastics RSI. You may wonder, why do you have these little lines here? There's one that you can add with divs. How do you add the stochastics RSI? Well, you would go to tradingview.com, which you can open up a free 30-day trial, I'm pretty sure. And then once you're there, it's been so long since I opened up my first account. It's been a long, long time. But you can type in RSI, and you'll find stochastics RSI with divergences. And I use these, and these are absolutely amazing. So just one thing to think about, you adding the stochastics RSI to your trading may just help a lot. It may change the way you see the markets, and you can see how accurate it was. If you're able to hold, if you're able to keep a stop loss on the other side of support and resistance, you would be amazed at how much you can get paid using the stochastics RSI. So that's what I want to show you. And please come to my channel every single day. I'm here. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. I've been live streaming every day from hotel room, holidays, birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I do not take a day off. I'm here for you every single day. Come on and check out the channel. I can't wait to see you on the next live stream. Clip that out, team. Clip that out. Let's get a confirmation of a clip out. Let's get a confirmation of a clip out. Let's get that clipped out and get that ready to print, and put that out there every single day. Let's get confirmation of a clip out. Confirmation of a clip out. Confirmation of a clip out. All right. Sometimes I do things and it doesn't get clipped, so I want to make sure. Got it, Lifer. Thank you to the team. Single take, Sammy. Shout out to my man, Win Lavagorna. Yeah, and you got to be single take when you're making multiple content for multiple different things at multiple different times. It is what it is. Social media is tough. You're battling so many different people. Everyone's trying to get the same, attention for similar ideas or similar concepts, and you got to just push forward. So if I had to take too long to do that, and it wouldn't be the best. So thank you for that, though. I appreciate you calling me Single Take Sammy, and I pride myself on that. So here's the deal. I called short on the market, and the market is continuing to go to the downside. Pretty obvious that you're going to go short when the 4 hours this overbought on the stochastics RSI. It just is what it is. And you hit a resistance. You tweezer topped at the 200 SMA. These are things that I teach all the time and I go over. Also, pattern trading 101. Top of the pattern, bottom of the pattern, top of the pattern. You'll likely come back to the bottom of the pattern. I even said this morning, do not be surprised, everyone, if we end up somewhere here. And now we just broke the beautiful support that we had too. We're below that support, continuing to the downside. Now we use smaller time frames to figure out where price action is going to go and to see kind of what's coming our way, all right? And we're on Binance USDT. I like the Binance USDT chart. It has basically the most liquidity. So we are starting to form some type of falling wedge, but you can see, look, the 1 minute is suggesting that we continue to dump to the downside. The stochastics on the 1 minute are pointing down as well. So it's likely we're going to continue lower here. And as Bitcoin continues to get sold off to 26,304. So, and we don't know who's selling it off. We don't know exactly what's going on. There's a gap in the VRVP right below us. Yeah, we even went over this yesterday too on the live. You're at a point of control. You just lost a point of control. When you lose a point of control, you come to the value area lows right around this area. Another way to pull up the VRVP, if you just want to be privy to this information and get on in, is to use the actual fixed range volume profile right here. And you want to grab like an area that you're in, that you're trading in, and go from there to there, right? And you can see that once you lose this node, your next node is right here. So it's telling you that 25,750 is a likely target, and then the value area lows. So, and there's a gap right here in the VRVP as well. See that gap? Once you lost this little node, you're likely to fall through to the next node. That's just what happens. These are things that happen. Now, how do you take advantage of the market when the market's starting to dump? A lot of people don't know how to short, all right? Let's clip this out. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price. I've been trading for over 15 years, and I have so much different information to teach you. One thing is how to short. A lot of people think shorting is for the big boys. Shorting is for the experienced trader. And then, you do want to get your bearings first and understand trading, but I always talk about flipping the chart upside down. Once you learn something one way, you can inverse it the other way. Here's a quick little concept that I can teach you. Whenever I'm in a trade and the moving averages get tight, I think of getting in. When the 21 and the 200 start to get far apart, I think of starting to scale out of the trade. See, this is the 21-day moving averages. This is the 200. See how far apart they got? See when price action started to fall to the downside? But what if I flip and so now you know how to basically long. You would get in when they're tight. You would get out when they're far apart. But do you know how to short? Well, flip the chart upside down. And if you go down really fast and you get a dump, right? And you can see that the moving averages get tight here and you start to make the gap, all right? That's when you get out of a short. So I just showed you when you get out of a long is when the 21 is away from the 200. But look, this is when you get out of a short. See how this looks just like that? If I flip this upside down, this now looks like the long, which was the short. This looks like the short, which was the long. This also looks like a long, which actually was the short. We're going to go back upside down again. So the 21's now away from the 200 the other way. And you want to see price gap away on a wick away from the 21. So probably a great place to leave the short and enter long. Same idea here. You see the wick away from the 21, when the 200 and the 21 are far apart, it's probably a good place to leave a long. So here's a good place to leave a short. Here's a good place to leave a long. So once you learn how to trade one way, you can just flip the chart upside down, do a bunch of back testing, and now you know how to trade both ways, all right? That's just one cool concept that I picked up. Nobody taught me. I just played with the charts over and over again, and I began to see this kind of clarity. I find it absolutely amazing. Another thing that I want to teach you is you can trade long or short using an exchange, right? And you can open up a long or short trade, and the trades that I like, the place that I really like is Max Global. Max Global really is the place to be, and I'll tell you why. It has 0 spot maker and taker fees, 0% futures. So you could trade futures. So say you wanted to open up short. You'd go to the perpetual futures, and say you saw what I saw, like you saw the price getting really high, and you still decided to leave a long. Well, then you can open up short. You can trade futures by doing this. You can use a very small amount of leverage too. When you start out, I suggest 1, maybe even 2x leverage, right? Very small amounts of leverage, but I say spot trade for at least, I like to say you should spot trade for 6 months. I even say spot trade for up to 2 to 3 years. But again, I'm super obsessed about how I move into trading certain ways. Now, you basically hear open short. So you would hit a short, take profit, put them in there. You would open a short trade. That's one way to short the market, all right? But there's another conventional way to short the market, which I also find very, very interesting. And it's 3S and 3L tokens, all right? So for instance, all coins follow Bitcoin in trading cryptocurrency. If you can look and see what's going on with Bitcoin, and you see that Bitcoin's about to tumble, then you run on in to what's called a 3S token. Mexi also has these, and so does KUJI, two of the biggest exchanges that I like to use that help you figure out what's happening in price. So like Bitcoin's starting to dump, and right here we see a big green candle for Phantom. So if you knew that Bitcoin wasn't looking great and things weren't looking amazing for Bitcoin, right? What you could do is you could trade a bullish 3S token. What this token will do is this token will pump when Bitcoin dumps, right? And it's an interesting concept. So like if you see Bitcoin struggling and it looks like it's about to fall, and you see that indication that I just showed you because you're far away in the moving averages, you're wicked out, you see the 21 away, you can flip bullish to the 3S token. And for instance, in the last 2 to 3 hours as Bitcoin's been dumping, this is up 9%. And this will give you, so if Bitcoin dumps, it'll take all the other coins down with it. This is an inverse ETF on those coins. So if you start to see a move to the downside for Bitcoin, then you're going to see a move to the upside in these 3S tokens. In my trading group, I have a list of every 3S token on KuCoin, right? And I highly advise that you jump on in and get access to that list. Then then we have 3L tokens too. So look at this today. ADA is up 24%. I mean, they call it a security. People are going to freak out, right? So you short it. BNB up 20%, right? Mana 3S up, up, up. And look at all these short tokens just blasting to the upside. Almost every one of them up 10 to 15%. So every day is a day to make money in the markets. If the market's going up or the market's going down, it's up to you to find these opportunities and take advantage of them, okay? If you live in fear, if you live in worry, if you let the markets take control of you, you're not going to be able to take control of your wallet. I want to teach you this stuff every single day so you can understand how to short or long the market. I also have an exclusive video on this in my learning library inside my Discord, which is a beautiful Discord for $99 a month. Absolutely wondrous. Also, we do a special for $1,000 for the year. You could get in and see what's going on. I also teach a class where I go over all my indicators. If you pay for the year, you automatically get the class for free. We do that class usually every Tuesday and this Saturday, the last Saturday of every month. Right now it's the last Saturday. I'm very busy, but we will get back in to teaching a bunch of different classes for you as well. So join my Discord. Have access to so many different ways to trade. We have people that do trade leverage on small time frames. We have people that swing trade, spot trade, you name it. And then what I like is this learning library here. The learning library with the content directory of all these videos that I've made to teach you, like the one I just did. I explain it clearly. I give you ideas and concepts. I show you real life, actual times where I've used it in my life. We have a Fibonacci class, a fractal class, VRVP, stochastics masterclass, candlestick patterns, RSI, dominance. What is a swing trade, support and resistance boot camp, which is an amazing, all these head and shoulders, price action, measured moves. What is a death cross, how to use moving averages, and so much more. On top of that, once you get this understanding, you can start posting your charts. And then people that have learned from me are there to help you. They want you to understand what's happening. I've created such a beautiful space where so many people have changed their lives. If you look at the testimonials, they go on and on. Thousands of people have written a testimonial. Top notch. I love the positive mentoring. I'm learning a ton about pattern trading. Biggest thing is taking profits. So many times I would see my account increase just to fall. Was up 600 with 80 yesterday. Saw the market cooling down and closed my trade. Thanks, crypto lifer, right? Yesterday's grind. Small gains, but still learning. Hey, Sam, hey, lifers, I'm new to the group. However, for the time being, my option for you is very positive. You're well-educated and passionate. Every day when you wake up, Sam is appreciative and has appreciation and gratitude. So my testimony is for you. That's my appreciation. And I'm in a place for the world where $3 a day does matter. So I'm forced to cut my subscription. In my opinion, you are worth every single penny. Kind of sad when people leave. You don't want to see that, right? But it happens too. You're the man lifer, a beast, unstoppable, enduring, motivational beast, touching thousands of lives, deep, left, way back in God. Sammy Cup and Handy, right? But these just go on and on and on. Some people break down their life story. They show you, look at this guy making 14. I don't even know how that's possible. Cheers to you, Sam. We might go up, we might go down, but you called it. Set me up a little bot on the range before bed. Pretty insane on a grid bot. Also, some people say their kids listen to me when they go to sleep. It's insane. But these are the testimonials. They go on and on. Before and afters, Crypto Lifer, you taught and teach every day about projecting flags and patterns, even divergences. You have taught me in the last few months more than I would learn in a lifetime. Thank you so much for creating this group and being an awesome teacher that you are every day. The raw, back-tested knowledge that Sam hands out every day, along with real-life lessons and open wisdom, is unmatched. The real Uncle Sam. Thank you, Sam, for everything. Thank you, Sam, for everything you give every day. Lifer for life. And this just goes on and on and on and on and on. I've never seen someone with more testimonials than me. I'll be honest. And I've gone to every other, trading group and all this stuff. And there's just, and people write paragraphs. They talk about when they first got into crypto YouTube, how they weren't learned, but when they came to me, they started learning so much, and they learned so much more than they ever knew even possible. I want to say this group is incredible, led by one amazing leader who wants to be successful in trading and in life. I knew Sam was one cool guy, but he goes way beyond and genuinely will go out of his way to help. I posted a simple question late last night, woke up the next morning to find a message from Sam, making sure that my questions were answered in the group. He did not want me left hanging. So cool. Everyone here is like a family, wanting to help you better and always wanting to help each other. This is how the entire world should run. Everyone helping and supporting each other to be the best they can be. A big shout out to the Crypto Lifer and the Lifers. You are all winners. Again, we're going to get back into the charts and talk about what's happening, but this is how you take control of your life. All right? You want to stay around beautiful, positive people that are there to show you the way. All right? And that's it. I mean, I can't really position it better or talk about it better. This is a very special thing. So right now, the 1 hour is trying to curtail the pain. We got the pump down, but the 1 hour's kind of got some interesting stochastics. I also like to use the 15-minute. 15-minute is starting to say, hey. And the 15-minute will oscillate. You will have a downtrend, but usually you'll oscillate. And again, look at the stochastics. What if you shorted this little area here on the high stochastic? And you waited to the dotted line, you would have won. What if you shorted up here when the stochastics were high? You would have been in the money. You can make small time frame moves on the stochastic. You can make high moves on the stochastic. It's completely up to you. However you want to get in is really how it works. So I teach you all the options so you have them. It'll take time to get it all kind of squared away in your head and get situated. But once you got it, you'll have it for the rest of your life. So even if it takes 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, heck, 4 years to fully grasp all the concepts in which I teach, this is a college, this is a game of life, and there's so much more to teach you too. And I'm going to learn more too. There's someone teaching me things every day. I continue to grasp new concepts, new ideas, and continue to grow every single day. So, and again, then we're using the MACD with lack of bearish momentum. And you can see how I bring all this together. And then you bounce off what? The 200 SMA right there. When the 21 and the 200 were far apart, you were going to have a move to the downside. I teach this over and over again. Look, the moving averages were tight. You're going to get a move to the upside. So I know how to use moving averages, MACD, volume and price action, the VRVP, the RSI, the stochastics, Fibonacci, support or resistance, and even divergences. If you pull all that in together, you're going to be just unstoppable when it comes to trading. Absolutely unstoppable. All right? And that's all I got to say is how amazing this world is. There's opportunity every single day, but you got to make the opportunity. If you believe you are the opportunity, then you are. If you wake up today and you say, nothing's coming my way, I'm worried, I can't do this, I live in fear, then you know what? That's the type of day you're going to have. If you wake up and you say, you know what, I'm going to work out. I'm going to take my life by storm. I'm going to hydrate. I'm not going to do drugs and alcohol. I'm going to keep my mind clear. I'm going to stay connected to God. I'm going to go for what I have to go for. You're going to get it, baby. You're going to get it. And nobody can take it away from you. And if you stay consistent, nobody can take away your consistency. I'm one of the most, I think I am the most, or one of the most consistent people you'll ever meet in your life and on YouTube. And I show and prove every single day to teach you. I do it for myself, but I also do it because people need someone to look up to. I found mentors online that changed my life. I found people that changed the way I felt about myself and said, hey, I could do that. Grant Cardone's someone I used to watch all the time. 10X your life, go all the way. He built $1 billion worth of real estate development. The guy grinds all the time. There for his wife and kids, preaches about family, right? Has multiple employees, is the CEO of 26 companies, right? Is known as one of the greatest social influencers in the world. I mean, if that doesn't blow your mind, if that doesn't get you going, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. So I'm sitting there depressed. I'm sitting there at a 9 to 5. I'm starting to watch YouTube 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago when I started investing, doing my thing 15 years ago even, but I wasn't really heavy into YouTube until about 8 or 9, 10 years ago. I start understanding the concepts of YouTube. I start realizing, wow, I find Ed Millett. He said, why did this happen for me and not to me? He used to complain all the time. He said, why did this happen to me, God? Why are you doing this to me, God? Why are you doing this? Why? Then he finally sat back and said, no, why did this happen for me? Why did this happen for me, right? God puts obstacles in your life so you can learn how to jump over them. When you jump over an obstacle, what happens? You gain strength. If your life was easy and everything went your way, you wouldn't gain any strength. You'd be the same person all the time. Why do people lift weights? Because weights are hard. They're an obstacle. And then eventually next week, they can add a little more weight. And then 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now, they go from benching 100 to a benching 150. Next thing you know, they're benching 225. Now, they might even get all the way up to 315 pounds just putting up that weight. You need resistance in life to be able to get to the next level. You have to have resistance to get to the next level, all right? And yes, I spend some of my time preaching and kind of motivating on this YouTube channel. But again, that's what I want to spend my time on because that's what I needed the most. That's what I went to YouTube for this, all right? So I can teach you trading, but I can also teach you mindset. I can teach you how to work out, stay on topic, stay on your discipline, stay focused and disciplined. Most people are amazed by good traders because most people just lack focus and discipline. Once you implement focus and discipline into your life, it'll never be the same. I try to make the screen bigger sometimes. Look into these eyes. Understand that I am going to keep pushing every single day and I want to take you with me. I want you to believe in yourself every single day of your life. Get rid of the fear. Get rid of the worry. Who cares that they're freezing this and doing that? Who cares that they're trying to do that to Cardano and this and that? That is just fear, a fake emotion acting real. You know Cardano's built by one of the smartest people in the world that has been focused and disciplined for years on end. You know that Bitcoin can't be stopped. You know that these people are afraid of it. The SEC wouldn't do this if they weren't afraid of Bitcoin. This is a win for Bitcoin. This is a win for Bitcoin. When the opposition uses everything it has to come at you, they are scared. They are living in fear. We are not the ones living in fear. They are living in fear. We have the power. We the people have the power. I'm sick of them trying to push us down. I'm sick of them trying to say that we can't. I'm sick of the fear. I'm sick of all the nonsense. I'm sick of the lockdowns. I'm sick of you can't go there. You can't do that. We will do what God wills us to do every single day of our lives, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right? And yes, I went on a tangent. Yes, I got excited, but that's what life's about. All right? That's what life's about. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Did I get the chat pumping and running? How are you feeling? How's everybody going? We the people, baby. We the people. We will stand strong and keep pushing. Yes, we will. Super chats, KUJI and XRD, we'll get to them. Shout out to Cesar Cordero. Facts. Let's go, baby. We got this. They don't got us. We got this. We got this. Understand the power of you, the power of one turns into the power of many. Today is the day we grab our lives by storm. Today is the day we make it happen. Today is the day we say, no way. You will not freeze our assets. You will not do what you want. We will put our stuff on hardware wallets. We will be our own banks. What do you do then? Freeze our wallets? What do you do then? Freeze every wallet in the world? You can't do it. You simply cannot do it. We have the power in numbers. We are the people. Let's remind ourselves who we are. Let's remind ourselves how strong we are when we are together. I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're whatever you are, black, white, Spanish, Asian, I don't care what you are. If you believe that you are someone that can change the world, I'm with you. You are a crypto lifer. You are a lifer. Shout out to, it's Gay Pride Month. Shout out to the people that decided whatever they got to do with their lives. You know what I mean? As long as you don't push it all over my kids, as long as you don't try to actually, brainwash my children, as long as you leave my kids alone, God bless you. You know what I mean? God bless you, man. And so shout out to everybody here that wants to change the world. We love you more than you would ever know. I'm going to spread the love every single day. I want you to love yourself. It all starts with love. Once you love yourself, you cannot be denied. Your frequency is risen. You begin to realize that you deserve all the best things in life. You don't live in fear. You don't live in worry. You can do this every single day. And I don't do this every day on my channel. It doesn't happen all the time. But when I get inspired, when I get the fire in me, when they raise me up because they're pushing too hard, I'm going to push back. And I'm not going to be sitting here like a little lamb crying. My dad passed away a month ago. Do you see me crying every day? My dad passed away. My best friend. I lost my best friend. And yeah, I miss him. Yeah, I wish I could call him. Yeah, I wish I had him in my life right now. But it is what it is. So I will push. And I will push the Price family name out every single day. I will make my kids proud. My friends and family proud. My community proud. I won't use profanity. I will speak in honor. I will speak in clear sentences. We can, we will, we are the best, baby. This is the Crypto Lifer Show. God bless you all. Let's get it going. I've never been so full of energy and so much positivity in my whole life. Man, I'm pumped up right now. Man, we can do this right now. And that's why they are afraid of us. That's why they can't handle it. Because they don't know how to live in love. The only thing they know is fear. Only thing they know is how to push you down and kick you in the teeth. But you know what? We got God on our side, the most powerful being on earth. We have love on our side, the most powerful frequency in the game. We will not be curtailed. We will not be told how to live our lives. We will be strong, and we won't do it, and we won't use any violence at all. We will use the compassion and the love and the energy and the frequency and the vibration, and we will vibrate to such a high level that we can't be controlled. God bless you all, everybody. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here with me every single day. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I appreciate you more than you would ever know. And to the 50 people that may have left the stream, because we were at 511 and we went down to 471, you know what? You don't want to vibrate at the highest level. You don't want to understand how serious and important this movement really is. Crypto is bigger than just one person's, bank account and one person's wallet. This is a movement. This is freedom. This is when we finally say enough and is enough to the banking system that fractional reserves your funds and doesn't let you access all your funds. Go put 10 grand in the bank and go ask for it again in cash. You'll never see it again. As long as you keep it in the banking system, you'll be fine. Then they tell us that our exchanges are insolvent. They try to freeze our assets when they let the banks commingle funds and do whatever they want. Look at HSBC. Go type in HSBC, money laundering. All right, type it in. Watch this. This will blow your mind. HSBC, money laundering, right? This is something that just blows my mind. Just Google it. HSBC, money laundering scandal, right? They've been fined $85 million by the UK's Financial Conduct for inadequate anti-money laundering controls. From 2010 to 2018, hundreds of millions of dollars of transactions, right? June 2021, laundering scandal. December of 2012, HSBC admits to anti-money laundering, right? September of 2021, decade-long action against HSBC. HSBC faces questions, 2021. 2020, move vast sums of dirty money after paying record laundering. HSBC, 2023, right? Money laundering scandal, overview. HSBC fined $64 million for money laundering. This is insane. And this goes on page after page after page after page after page, all right? I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. 881 million, right? Draws the line under Mexican cartel case. 2017 now we're talking. 2012 we're talking. 2021. This goes on. 2016, avoided U.S. monitoring charges. Dude, 1.9 billion in U.S. money laundering penalties. Like, come on. It goes on and on. They've been doing it for years. For years. But we're the ones? Our exchanges are insolvent? Come on, man. I'm sick of the games. I'm sick of the he said, she said. Come on now. Gangster bankers too big for jail. Rolling Stone, 2013. Reserve Bank finds HSBC for poor controls, 2018. Come on now. Come on now. So who is the wiser? Who is the wiser? Who is the wiser? Anyway, I know I just went on an insane tangent here, but now you got to find out who I really am, who the crypto lifer really is. I'm not just your average guy going over the charts. It's time we take our lives by storm. It's time we stop listening. It's time we become independently free of the parasitic banking system. I've had enough. I've had enough. We will vote these people out of office. We will change the way it goes. We will start the blockchain party. I will run for president 2032. And we will make a change in this life and in this world. And we will be remembered as the greatest crypto crew in the game. Shout out to the crypto lifers. I love you all more than you would ever know. And every single one of you that joins my trading group, you support me in a way you never knew. You support me in a way you never knew. You allow me to be independent. You allow me to teach. You allow me to dedicate my time to helping others. If it was all about me and my charts and my money, I would sit there and trade all day long and take my money out and I'd be fine. I did that. I had a good time. I amassed a good amount of money. I became financially free. Now it's time to open up the school. Now it's time to dedicate. Now it's time to move. I love you all. So when you join my trading group, you give me the ability to teach others. You learn, then you help other people learn, and it becomes a great, great movement. God bless you all. I love you all more than you would ever know. Bang, bang, bang. Let's take a look at the charts. We're going to look at so many things now. And I'm sorry, I was a little off topic there, but bang. And look at that. High BAYC getting some love to the upside here. Bang, bang, bang. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. All right, and that's another thing. We put our money where our mouth is. That thing is up 22%, still holding a gain of 14%. Shoulder, head, and a right shoulder there with a massive move to the upside, right? We show you gains live on the channel that happen live. I can't tell you how many times I've talked about something or I showed a setup and the setup played out live here on the channel. And people still like to run their mouth. No matter how many times I've done it in real time. And that's why I don't listen to the naysayers. I don't listen to the critics. I'm going to be here every single day doing what I do. Doing what it does. All right? This could be considered a cup and handle here too. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. I'm starting a new blockchain. Only 15 million will ever be printed. Rarer than 21 million Bitcoin. Shout out to B17. Let me know. I made it back in time for the Fury. Have out-of-town family and was giving ATV rides for the youngins. Dude, that's awesome. Just be careful. I heard they flipped over. People have gotten hurt before, but it sounds great. Sounds like you know what you're doing. Super awesome that you had family and then you gave them something like that to do. I mean, that's like, it's like they went to a theme park when they came to visit your house. Like, that's like, you're the man. God bless you for doing that for your family and kids. So let's get back into what we see happening for Bitcoin. So now, look, we're in this zone. This is likely to bounce up. Even if you're eventually coming down, the smaller time frames will give you some love. Would you be surprised if we bounce up here to the top of the channel and then eventually we reset back down on the 15-minute time frame? We are getting resistance. We fell below. We're at this resistance back above, and we're just kind of channeling through the resistance. And this is easily something we could see. We get a long up here and then a short back down here. The 15-minute, you could trade multiple times in a day. 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 times in one day. So join my trading group for the education. Join my trading group for the camaraderie. Join my trading group to be a part of something bigger than you've ever been in your life. All right? The weekly screen share will blow your mind. Every single Thursday. All right? We go over so much concepts and so many ideas to get you to the next level. All right? I love you all more than you would ever know. You've given me the ability to do something with my life that I never thought humanly possible. I'm so grateful for these times. I'm so grateful for these moments, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So that's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. I see a bounce on the 15-minute. The 4-hour still wants to take us down. I wouldn't be surprised if we head lower, but let's watch to see if the 15-minute can get us back above the zone, maybe stay inside this flag, and we could get a cup and handle to the upside. All right. Shout out to all the new people. Who is new here on the channel today? Who here got hit by the algorithm? Who here came in on the channel? Let me know. I want to know. I want to see a wave right now, a 4-leaf clover, some type of emoji. If you're new to the channel, let me know. And to all my OGs, I love you all. Because you show up, more people come to the channel. Hit the like button too. We only got the 321 likes after a rant like that. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And I don't put anybody down. I don't call anybody an idiot. I don't use profanity. We don't do that here at this channel. We spread life, love, and positivity. That's it. That's it. Who here is new on the channel? Let me know if you're new on the channel. I want to know. I want to see the new people. Write in and say, hey, I'm new. I want to see if there's any new people. I want to see how many people we get. You make me new every day, every single day. Lakochi, my man. Good morning, friends. Does anybody know why I can't move Optimism into Coinbase Wallet? Coinbase Wallet is horrible. Stay away from that thing. Best vibes in the game. I'm new, Sammy. Shout out to MJ. Hi, Sam. I'm old. Trading group member since March. Love the lifer. How the charts looking? That's the question. Diablo, my man. We just went over Bitcoin in depth, man. I talked about all the different coins that I'm seeing. Bitcoin runs the show, man. So you could take that information that I just gave you and you know how the charts are looking. It's pretty simple. All right. I was wondering why you popped on my feed 6 months ago. Now I know. Shout out to Senator Attis. Love the passion. Todd McAfee. Chad Smith. I'm new. You're an old Chad, but we have a man. I'm new. I'm new high. Shout out to all the new people here on the channel. Crypto is life, baby. And I do a live stream every single day, 30 days a month. If every single month all I did was show chart, and you never got the idea of how to really change your life. All right? Sam, is it smoky outside where you live? It's not. But people are telling me not to go outside. They're telling me that there's particles in the air that could damage my lungs. And I've been talking about that too as well. And we should put that in. Jamie, could you include that in the news? I want to talk about that in the news, even though it's crypto news. I want to put that out because it's people's health. All right. How do you feel about Matic? I own big bags of Matic, and I will continue to hold it. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to Gina Bombina. 10.7 million buy order for ADA at 25 cents on Bookmap. Wow, that's a nice order. Sam is the man. His TA is the best. Hello from Natick, Mass, my man. There's no other crypto. Actually, there's 18,000. Yeah, funny. Every day is a new day, so we're all are new. I'm new. You popped up after I started trading Bitcoin. Shout out to Dead Rose, man. All right. So today in the charts, I see a bump up on the 15-minute. Possible scalp back to the upside in this channel. So I do see a long. I see a long moving to the top of the channel. And look, it's happening right now. There it is. All right? Because you got low stochastic. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. RSI pointing up, and you're in a falling wedge. And falling wedges break up 68% of the time. You're also inside of a channel. And trading channels is very, very profitable. So if you're at the bottom of a channel, you got that wick down. Perfect entry on the 200 SMA. I use the 200 SMA for entry. Entering trades in the 200 SMA can be very, very profitable. All right? Leaving trades when you hit the 200 SMA can be very, very profitable. So you hit the 200 SMA. 15-minute wants to punch back to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for that. Also, the 1 hour kind of showing signs of like milling around. Will kind of come up, come back down. The 4 hour is the thorn in the side right now. It's very overbought. It's curving on the MACD, and it suggests that we do go lower. So let's see what happens with the 15. And that's why you can trade smaller time frames, even if you can make longs all day. Like you could be short on the 4 hour, and then you could still trade mini longs on the 15-minute. Okay? That's a really cool little idea that you can do. Air quality index in Boston is in the 70s. It says NYC was like 150s. Be safe. All up north, my family. I know, man. Thank you for saying that, Stack. We're dealing with it right now. And look, there's the pump of the 15-minute. And now we're at 26.6. And I showed you how to read stochastics RSI. I showed you the 15-minute. And there you go. Low stochastics in the 15-minute. And now we're getting the pump back. And I even talked about how we were likely to come here to the top of the channel. That's why I circled this. Okay? This is how you trade. You just do exactly what the indicators tell you to do. No emotions needed. All right? If you're in Lake Tahoe, you got to visit my man, Crypto Cash. He'll take you fishing on Lake Tahoe. It'll be absolutely beautiful. Can you please share your TA on XRP? Send in a TA or super chat. Send in a super chat for me to see that. Super chats are easy to do. I do them all the time. You can catch me all around the blockchain giving people super chats. Love from Pakistan. Shout out to Trader Export. My man. I'm so sorry to hear what happened. This is truly awful. I wish you'd be able to get it back somehow, man. Lots of love. Jeez. No morals. Soul Ginger, what did he say? I'm trying to see what he said. Coinbase is still holding my 6 Bitcoin I bought back at 187 each. Locked me out of my account. Deleted my API keys so I can no longer see my balance. Says they can't go into detail for security reasons. Are you serious? Sounds really weird. Again, you should have had those in a hardware wallet as soon as humanly possible. I'm not blaming you, but you got to get that stuff in a hardware wallet as soon as humanly possible. Super important. So look, falling wedges on the upside with stochastics, this is how I trade. This is how I do it. And I wish instead of ranting, I'd open up a trade, but it is what it is. All right? I felt that was more important at the time. And look, we even lost people watching my channel like, oh, this guy preaching again. They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't realize how important mentality is and that this is way bigger than just the charts. All right? So I'll sacrifice a few views. I'll sacrifice a few people for the greater good. For the greater good. We're going to look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. Then we're going to look at ES1. We're going to also, which is S&P futures, if you're interested in the S&P futures market. We're also going to be looking at support or resistance, and we're also going to be looking at look at the dollar index like we do every day on this channel. So we're about to deep dive the world markets and give you an idea of what's happening. So I still see this bigger cup and handle forming on the total market cap. I still see this bigger channel holding the zone right now. It's pretty interesting, right? As long as we can hold this green line here that I've got put out, I'm still bullish on the total market cap. The daily's coming down, but it's eventually looks like it has not much more to come down before a bigger pump to the upside. So I'm watching this falling wedge, which in my humble opinion is likely to break to the upside. My target is $1.43 trillion. So I'm bullish on the total market cap. Really nothing else to say. Resistance, 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 break back above bear, bounce, bounce, bounce. Long as we can SR flip the zone, we're in the money. We might make a slight little bear trap, bring it back down and back up. They've been doing that a lot, and I'll keep you privy to the information. Wildfires news now available. Amen, man. Yeah. Thank you, Lakochi. I appreciate that, man. Please, anyone tell me when it'll reach 28,000. We weren't going to tell you exactly when that's going to happen, but if this breaks out, which is the total market cap, and we get a move to the upside on this falling wedge, you're going to see Bitcoin follow all the way back up to $31,000, $33,000, $34,000. Your positive thinking and spiritual energy has kept me smiling. I can't thank you enough. God bless you, Crypto Cash. Have no fear, man. Everything's going to work out. They're not going to freeze that asset. It's going to clear. You're going to be able to get access to your funds, and you can get it on a hardware wallet as soon as humanly possible. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken here as financial advice. I'm simply a guy showing you what I see in the charts every day. Everyone asking for TA. You got to send a super chat. That's how it works. I've got too many comments and too many things to see. They'll put it in a list just like this, like Dustin Kava's doing, and they will help you figure out, and we'll be able to go over that super chat for you. All right? Funny, now I have a bitrate issue that I've never had on the channel. I never get this. Of course, when I'm preaching, right? The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend you use a bitrate of 44, right? So weird. And I'm using a bitrate of 4,500 kilobits. My current bitrate is 4454. They're saying it's lower than 4,500 by like 50 kilobits per second. Come on now. And let me see what the bitrate is. I believe I use a 48. I can't see it on the while I'm streaming, but I'll take a look at it. But I know I haven't changed the bitrate, and I never get that error, which I find pretty strange. All right. Shout out to the 500 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you all. So I see the total market cap. As long as it holds its zone. Now, if we break this zone, I'll change the tune. Right? And look, we have a 200 SMA coming on the daily, which is a nice bounce point. We're getting close, and we're getting tight moving averages, getting very, very close. A big move is coming for the whole market. I'm telling you right now, and it looks like Bitcoin's going to make a pretty large move at one point. So I am predicting, based on the charts are telling me, they're conveying that a big move is coming for cryptocurrency back to the upside. And so I would have no fear. Total 3 is the total market cap of all of the altcoins. And I see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder right there, which is likely going to propel us to the upside as well. So we see a massive inverted head and shoulder. The 3-day chart is my go-to chart. And the 3-day chart is about to blast to the upside. It looks like we're about to make a right shoulder for the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are the alts, baby. These are the alts. Looks like a mini alt season could be occurring here to the upside. We'd also like to see Bitcoin dominance let up a little bit. That's going to help this happen. Understanding Bitcoin dominance is key, but look, shoulder, head and shoulder. I mean, you can clearly see that's an inverted head and shoulder inside of this channel. We pump up to the 200 SMA, don't we? Whenever the moving averages get super tight, boom. Looks like the altcoins, something big is going to happen. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's China coming on in, Hong Kong opening up more exchanges. Something seems a brewing here. Maybe XRP wins the case. XRP wins this case. And show me the charts and I'll show you the news. These are saying something big is coming. And look, it's at 333 right now, which is my number. I find that insane. The total market cap at 333, and that's $1 billion, $333 billion on our way back to $1 trillion market cap. Remember, the altcoins themselves held a market cap of $1.1 trillion. I remember when the altcoins were 100 million, 60 million. You know, they were not even close to $1 billion. And they started to raise on up to the upside in ways we never thought possible. So remember these days, because we'll be back up at the top after and this is consolidation too. This is what consolidation is. This is telling me that it's time to scoop up as many alts as I can get my hands on and get ready for a massive move further up in the next, 2 years. 2 years from now, we're going to be somewhere up in here. Life-changing wealth is coming, but you got to pay attention. You got to stay with us. You got to keep pushing. You cannot give up. You cannot give up. Let's take a look at the DXY because we have to. And the 3-day chart there is high. What's the last few times we were high in the 3-day? We had a massive dump there, dump. Even in the uptrends, there was a dump. Now we're in a downtrend, clearly in a downtrend, right? Low, high, low, lower, high. The only thing that was kind of keeping us alive is this Adam and Eve double bottom here on the total market cap of the DXY. This is the dollar, the US dollar. When the US dollar suffers, it tends to push the market cap lower for the US dollar, right? And then that's going to push the market cap for Bitcoin further to the upside. This is something that I talk about and I break down all the time. This is something that I want you to understand. And these are the key concepts that I'm showing you every single day. All right. So here's the deal. We're at the top of a channel with major wicks down in the daily, in the 3-day high. This is telling me that the dollar's about to lose some movement here to the downside. And again, what they're going to do is we have a rate hike coming. In one more week, on January 14th, a week from today, they're going to do a rate hike. I'll be live again going over the rate hike like I do, giving you that double stream, giving you that double energy, giving you the double love. And I do it because I love you and I love doing what I do. And when we see this come back down, we're going to be sitting here at about 98. That's a big deal. And that, when we lose 100, it's going to be psychological for the dollar. A lot of people are going to bail. Another thing, people said, I'll buy T-bills. I think that's the most foolish thing you could be doing. I even someone I know that's heavy into cryptocurrency is like, I'm buying T-bills. And I'm like, what are you thinking, man? Why would you connect yourself to the legacy banking system and buy T-bills? The yield curve, right? What the yield curve really means, and people talk about it all the time, inverted yield curve and all this stuff. You should make more money on a 10-year yield than on a 2-month yield. You get it? Because if you hold U.S. debt longer, you should make more money on the interest rate on that bond, right? So you buy government bonds, which is buy government debt, T-bills. Now, right now, like the 1 year and the 2-month yield is higher than the 10-year yield. People don't believe in holding the debt that long. They want to get in and out of the debt. That's inverted. It's not a good sign. And that means that people have less faith in the dollar than they had before. for years, and this has never really happened. This is an anomaly. This tells you something big is happening for cryptocurrency. So they're trying to create a lot of fear right now when they're about to lose market share. They can see something big brewing, and they're doing everything they can to stop it. And yes, this is an Adam and Eve, but we made a lower low. Adam and Eve's make nice cups. So low, high, somewhat of the same low, lower high. We're going to put in a lower low, in my humble opinion. Moving averages are getting tight at the upside in a downtrend. Oversold stochastics RSI. Okay? These are key concepts I want you to understand. We have hidden bearish divergence. This is swinging up. Oh, no. We have this is swinging down while that's swinging up. That's called hidden bearish divergence. Hidden bearish divergence is as strong as bullish divergence. It tells you the trend will continue to the upside. I would short the dollar right now so hard. I'll be honest, I would be shorting the dollar with everything, and that's buying Bitcoin. So I would be putting more and more money into Bitcoin at these levels. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I did call the bottom of the S&P in October. I did call the top of Bitcoin at that secondary top. And I did call, and right now I'm screaming and calling for a bottom on Bitcoin. All right? I'm one of the few YouTubers that has actually said where the bottom is, defined it, talked about it, went over it, and is stuck to my guns on that. All right? The day-to-day price will go up and down. You're going to see, look, up and down, up and down. All right? The 15-minute, look, it couldn't get above the resistance. This is heavy resistance right here. We wicked above it, but we couldn't get back above. All right? With the Fed meeting coming, it's going to get a little hairy to trade until we get that Fed meeting. So you're going to start seeing anticipation of fear in the market. You're going to see more choppiness. Less people are going to pull back. They're going to wait. Big traders are going to wait to see what happens with the Fed meeting. That's going to give a lack of liquidity in the market. It's going to turn this Wednesday more into a Thursday or a Friday. Understanding these concepts will help you know when to put more money in the market and when to sit on the sidelines and wait. These are beautiful prices, in my humble opinion, to gobble up more and more Bitcoin. So that's what I do. I go to MEXC and I buy more Bitcoin spot. That's what I do on these red days, on these nasty times. And we may go lower, we may go to 21. You never know. But right here, look, $3,000 I got sitting in the account. I'll put in $1,000 into Bitcoin right now in front of everybody to show you that I continuously buy Bitcoin. 1,000 here, 500 here. Just keep gobbling it up because I see that there's something big brewing for the markets. And I want to take advantage of Bitcoin now. $1,000 gets you 0.0025 Bitcoin now, right? Or 0.03. I mean, that's huge. That is huge. When Bitcoin goes back to 70,000, you're not going to be able to get this much Bitcoin for $1,000. You're just not. It's just not going to happen. And look, I'll go up a little higher than price, 426. I will limit in. This is zero fees too. I'm getting this for zero fees. And there I go buying $1,000 worth of Bitcoin live on this channel, gobbling it up. You can see that order did. Oh, it hasn't filled yet. Come on. 427. It's at 438. And I just want to get it done. The money really, that actual value isn't that important to me. So I cancel that. Oh, look, it just went to 427. These funny guys, man. That's hilarious. And you got to be quick on limit orders. It takes a second. Don't get frustrated. Always be calm. I'm pretty sure they'll take this order pretty fast. We're pretty close to price action. And there's some limit ordering. What is a limit order? When you put in how much you want to buy in and you wait for that price to hit. That's what a limit order is. All right? Look at them moving the price around. I'm at 443. We'll likely get it. See why I go to buy Bitcoin every... Look, it keeps doing that. I guess whenever you cancel, it goes back down to price action. That's kind of weird. I just canceled and it went back down. The second I canceled, both times. What I like to do is pay more than the price. That you just overpay for the price action. It's at 41 now. I'll just put this to 45. Or 445, right? What, I got numlock on or something? What are they doing to me now? Not let me put in 1,000. I think I just bought all that Bitcoin. They got me again. They've done this to me before. Well, now they're saying there's no USDT available. This is weird. Let me refresh. There, it's back. See, there was just a glitch in the matrix. Take a deep breath. Even I was like, whoa, 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 what's going on here? Happened to me before where I'd done this, and then I just ended up buying everything for all the Bitcoin. Trying to get this Bitcoin's been a bit of a pain on the limit. You can mark it in anytime you want, but I'm a stickler. And there we go. 442. Wow, they're making it hard to buy Bitcoin today. So insane. So insane. Usually this takes 1 second and I'm in and out. This is crazy today. Look at this. I got my limit. You see, I got my order taken and we're in there. All right. It'll come. I know. That's the guy that don't only speaks, but also do it. Keep it up. Shout out to Jay Bella, man. I put my money where my mouth is. I don't BS, man. I don't BS. I don't BS. And look, there's a bit of a double bottom here on the 15-minute time frame. But remember, caution trying to be extra precise in the next few weeks because we're heading into that Fed meeting. One more week from now, and I believe there's a 70% chance the Fed has to pivot. I'll tell you why. When they fill up the TGA, which is the Treasury Guaranteed Account, right? I believe that's what it's called. And just write Treasury. You got to understand these bigger, like, macro concepts of what's happening. The Treasury General Account. When they fill that up, right, and they're going to put $1 trillion in there, right, they're going to quantitative tighten. That means they're going to take money away from banks, away, it's going to be harder to lend and all that fun stuff. And so that's going to kind of create a tightness on the economy. If they then go and raise the interest rates again, they're going to create an insane tightness on the economy. So, and so the key is to realize that the Fed has probably likely got their hands tied, right? And I don't believe they're going to be able to raise the rates. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? And we're going to hit you with the news in a second. I got you. Don't worry. I just wanted to get... Anyway, so to me, the Fed is likely to pivot, in my humble opinion. Remember, the 4 hours pushing us to the downside. At the end of the day, the bigger time frame wants to come down and you lost the support zone. It's likely we head here to the bottom of the channel, I humbly believe, at 25,400. All right? It's likely. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but it's more likely. All right? And with that, let's bring you the news. One thing I wanted to look at, though, is Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is key to watch because we just kind of saw that there probably could be a pivot in the Fed, right? And we also talked about altcoins looking like they're going to get a step to the upside, right? So let's break this down. We'll delete all my old work. And I like to get rid of moving averages. I need the clarity of price action. Price action gives you so much information if you can see it for what it is. So this actually says that there could be a pretty big move for Bitcoin. It may actually spike some move and then the altcoins could pump. But so you're still bullishly consolidating with a beautiful flag here. And the daily looks pretty nice. The 3-day chart says a big move is coming. And you're at this resistance point. If we get back above this resistance, Bitcoin is going to soar to the upside. And what you want is a pullback, right? And you can see the two areas that we're watching are like so. To me, with the 3-day chart and the way I'm seeing it, and the way you kind of have almost a hidden bullish divergence, which we have on Bitcoin. We don't have it on Bitcoin dominance, but we have a hidden bullish on Bitcoin too, just like we have a hidden bearish on the dollar. And remember, I'm the first person, I believe, one of the first people to point out hidden bearish divergence on the dollar. likely headed to the downside, everybody. Likely headed to the downside, which tells me that the Fed rate hike will be, they'll say they're not going to raise the interest rates. If one more bank collapses in the next 4 or 5 days, they're going to be doubly in a bad spot. And they're trying to consolidate, so I believe another bank will collapse. You know what I mean? So these are just the ideas that we think about. These are the concepts that kind of help us moving. All right? So look, I see the 3-day chart headed lower for Bitcoin. For the US dollar. All right? And I'm going to tweet this out right now. Shout out to anyone that jumped into the tweet. I want to hear what you're saying. Did you see Bitcoin hitting 40K by December of 2023? Only 18 people responded to the 500 people we had on the live. If the chart says yes, if the chart says yes, I like it. These are lifers. I see 10 to 12K by December. Edwin. Funny, man. He obviously doesn't know what bullish divergence is on the weekly, but anything is possible. I'm open-minded. 50K this year. With the halving less than a year from now, 40K is possible. Crypto Father. I'll give the same odds as the Sammy Cup and Hetty, 68.9%. Open-minded. I could see it. I see all-time high because Bitcoin didn't fall below 25K deposits of SEC attacks on Binance and Coinbase. An all-time high for Harris Jan. Wow. Can you ask ETH Ben for my refund since you do your good buds? Sent ETH? Why do you need a refund? You know what I mean? Just hold your coin, man, and hang out. It's funny. For your loyal token. Well, I got loyal too. I put $1,000 into loyal. Last time I saw it, it was like $400. Yeah, 400 even. And it's been slipping down. I'm going to see what happens, man. You know? I put $500 into PSYOP. It's down $100. Okay, so I lost like $1,000. I knew what I was doing. It was a meme coin, man. Bitcoin reversal day. It's funny, man. Tom Crown. Shout out to Tom Crown answering this. Boom. I just told my Uber driver to have a nice weekend. What is with me in living 2 days in the future? What is it with me? Living 2 days into the future. That's funny. Eleanor Tennant. We love you, Eleanor. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Did she really respond or is this my feed? No, these are more replies. Interesting. This unelected bureaucrat thinks he could dictate the American free market. We the people won't have it. Nope. It's no longer about making money in crypto for me. It's going to fight to make sure the corrupt regulator is fired and he doesn't get the treasury job that he so covets. Seems unlawful ballsy of him taking up this posture, given he just got embarrassed in front of Congress just a few weeks ago. You're so funny, man. I can't believe you said that. I can't understand why he doesn't want cryptocurrency. Very interesting to say the least that he chose to state this. The outside of his wheelhouse to comment on this. The statement should signal to others that he's been being told things influencing his direction as SEC chair. We don't need you, Gary. No, yeah, I'm about to say that was the other person's podcast, but shout out to all the awesome people here. I appreciate all your replies to this tweet. Keep coming out, retweet, hit the like button. Help us move forward every single day. I'd greatly appreciate it. More than you would ever know. All right? More than you would ever know. All right, one more thing. I want to look at the news for the day. So Bitcoin dominance, very interesting to me. Suggest a bigger move is coming for Bitcoin dominance. And again, we could get rejected here. If we get rejected here, you know, we could see some downside. And I'm open-minded. Anything could happen. But at the end of the day, you have this nice support zone here. And you see this little resistance right there? Resistance. We're holding that. Resistance. We're holding that. And we're right at this level. A lot of times, Bitcoin dominance has predicted a large Bitcoin move. The 3-day chart is suggesting a big move for Bitcoin dominance back to 54. All right. I still have not mastered my fear and greed and risk management. But every day I get better. It's just a matter of time before I am a gains machine. Lieutenant Dan Dangle, we love you. Never give up. Never give up. All right? You got this, baby. Gary sure looks like he's on the Epstein flight list. You're funny, man. Sketchy business over there. Sketchy business. Hey, Sam, who wins in a boxing match? You or Jerome Powell? Oh, Jerome would knock me out so quickly. That guy's got the 1-2, man. He looks fast and furious. I wouldn't want to get into a tussle with Jer Powell. He would Jer Powell me right out of the gate. Now, I never want to hit or hurt any person. I'm not into violence at all in any way, shape, or form. Violence lowers your frequency. You know, if someone comes and tries to do something against me and my family, that's a completely different story. I got it tucked. It doesn't matter. But violence, man, is not the answer in my humble opinion. You know, I will keep parameters for anything that's possibly going to happen. For instance, if I lived in the forest, I would, you know, if I lived in the woods, if I was tenting, if I was camping, I would keep some bear spray. I would always have the what if in case. But I don't condone any type of stuff like that. Just not the case. Hey, babe. BB? I'm supposed to be on Frankie Candles next week, and I asked them to email the team for headshots. Yeah, so, like, why didn't anyone send them? I said, send them an email. I'm on today then. I'm on Frankie Candles today. Why? And again, I didn't know that, you know? So, my schedule's not being told to me, my love, in a good amount of time. And I sent him our email and said, could you send us... Did he not send the email, or are you guys not responding to people? We got to have a meeting. Things got to get taken care of in a proper way. I got to CEO this company in a proper way. All right. I'll be on Frankie Candles today. See, we should have had a thing promoting it. My team should have known about it. See, I cannot tell everyone every single thing. You know? Why don't I have a banner today saying that I'm on Frankie Candles? Like, we're not organized, and I don't understand why I have to be the father to everybody here. It's getting very frustrating for me as a CEO and trading group owner. You know. Okay. I'm talking to everyone, my team, everybody. Like, I'm overwhelmed, team. You hear me, right? If we knew we were on Frankie Candles, we should have had promoted it. We didn't even promote it. You know? We got to promote this stuff to let people know what's happening. I can't tell everyone what to do every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? And again, maybe it's my fault. I don't know, but if my wife knew, then my team knew. And if my team knew, then why didn't we make a... Okay. Well, because I just got a message from their team, and I said they would get a headshot a week ago, so it makes me look strange. I know, I'm just saying, I'm explaining why I'm frustrated. Yeah. I'll be on Frankie Candles tonight, breaking down the charts, talking about different things. I can't wait to be there, and I'm excited for it. So, I just like to be prepared, and I like to promote things and get everyone kind of excited and interested in that. So, yeah. Anyway, let's bring you the news. It's 12:02 p.m. Don't worry about it. Just rejoin the Discord. We love you, man. Don't worry about stuff like that. Now I want a headshot. What time? I believe Frankie goes on at 6 o'clock. Right after Around the Blockchain today at 6 o'clock. All right. Also be on Around the Blockchain tomorrow. Remember that too as well, everybody. I'll be on Around the Blockchain tomorrow. And let's get into the news. Let me get that news out and ready to go. And let's see what happens here. And did we get... Yeah, thank you, Jamie, for that extra news segment. I appreciate that. All right, I'll be right back with the news. Welcome. My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I go over the news and I talk about it and I break it down. I do not have a subscription to this and I can't sign into this, so I need another article about the skies if we could. I'll just look it up myself, man. I don't mind. I'll just do everything in the company. I'll do everything. I'll do everyone's job all the time. Robinhood may delist these crypto assets after SEC crackdown. Robinhood is reconsidering its crypto offering following the SEC's actions against Binance and Coinbase. Solana, Cardano, and Polygon are some tokens that Robinhood may delist. The SEC's actions could trigger a sell-off in the entire crypto market. Oh, that's not what the charts convey, but anything is possible. Crypto assets are facing an existential threat in the U.S. This is just a fear-mongering article, man, from the Daily Coin. Also, I would never even put my funds on Robinhood. What a horrible place to trade cryptocurrency. I don't trust them after what happened with the GameStop debacle and all that other stuff. They seem to be kind of in on the ins. I'm not with it. Robinhood's legal chief, Dan Gallagher, informed the U.S. Congress about the platform's stance on crypto offerings. The remarks come following the Securities and Exchange Commission lawsuit against major crypto exchanges. Robinhood, which is currently lists 18 different tokens, is considering delisting cryptos that the SEC has classified as unregistered securities. Robinhood delisting under pressure. What delisting crypto means for Robinhood. It means they're fairies. It means they're soft. And honestly, I just would never trade Robinhood in my life. It makes sense that they would fall off like this and not really care about their customers. Also, these are some of the greatest cryptocurrencies in the game. Matic is amazing. Sand is amazing. Atom is one of the strongest coins in the game. Algorand is amazing. And, and they mention these, they're just trying to mention stuff. Like, this is just a bunch of fear-mongering, in my humble opinion. I wouldn't even listen to that article. Kathy Wood ARK invests, buys Coinbase shares worth $21 million despite the SEC lawsuit. You got to buy the fear. She's taken that move. ARK remains bullish on Coinbase despite the crypto exchange being sued by the SEC. Coinbase is expanding around the world. They will just leave and go somewhere else. Its funds added $21 million worth more of Coinbase shares on Tuesday. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest bought more Coinbase shares on Tuesday, the same day the crypto exchange operator was sued by the United States. ARK's flagship exchange traded fund, and they didn't always make the best moves, though. ARK Innovation ETF purchased 39,773 shares of Coinbase, according to an update from the fund's manager, Trading Desk, on Tuesday. Its ARK Next Generation Internet ETF bought 53,000 shares, and ARK FinTech Innovation ETF purchased 35,000 shares. Together, the purchase was worth $21.6 million based on the stock's closing price of roughly $52 on Tuesday. The purchase comes as Coinbase stock price fell as much as 21% before closing down 12% on the back of the SEC lawsuit. The SEC alleged she's already up 12% if she bought that bottom. The SEC alleged on Tuesday that the exchange violated rules by allowing users to trade many tokens that were not registered as securities. Honestly, they've been doing business for years and no one said a word. Then all of us, out of nowhere, they start saying this nonsense. It's pretty strange, if you ask me. Like right around, I don't know, it like something doesn't completely add up here. Like there's something amiss here. But shout out to them for jumping on in and using the blood to make that money. That's the age-old adage, to do damage. That's a smart move by them, right? Very, very smart move. I had to move these articles around here, so I'm not sure. I may have missed one. Canada wildfires, tens of millions under air quality warnings as fires burn. Tens of millions of people in North America have woken up to dangerous air quality levels as intense wildfires burns across Canada. Smoke blanketed large areas of Ontario and Quebec, while an orange haze hung over much of the northeastern U.S. throughout Tuesday and into Wednesday. Toronto and New York briefly ranked among the metro areas with the worst air quality in the world overnight. Much of the smoke is coming from Quebec, where 160 fires are burning. Canadian officials say the country is shaping up for its worst wildfire season on record. Experts have pointed out to a warmer and drier spring than normal as the reason behind the trend. These conditions are projected to continue throughout the summer. So now we're not going to be able to go outside for the rest of the summer, right? Something weird is going on. Deteriorating air quality has forced at least one region in Quebec, the Atomic community of Apicatikawan, miles north of Montreal, to transfer people with asthma and other respiratory issues away from the smoke. Meanwhile, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency classified the air quality in much of Northeast as unhealthy, especially for people with respiratory concerns. In the total, some 100 million people around North America are thought to be under a form of air quality warning. In New York, an orange haze blanketed the city skyline and shrouded landmarks, including the statue of Liberty. All outdoor activities for the city's public schools have been indefinitely suspended, with Mayor Eric Adams warning that conditions are expected to deteriorate later on Wednesday. We recommend all New Yorkers limit outdoor activity to the greatest extent possible. Local residents in the city said the smell of smoke by Tuesday evening was like campfire. I can't smell the campfire here, but it is affecting my region in the city of Boston. This is kind of crazy. This is big news. And how does it help your health? Matthew Adams, a professor at the University of Toronto and the director of the Center of Urban Environment, said immediate effects of inhaling wildfire smoke include shortness of breath, an elevated pulse, chest pain, or inflammation in the eyes, nose, and throat. I mean, I've actually had a campfire before, and I breathed in the smoke from the campfire. I mean, they can't be any worse than just like breathing outside of smoke. But again, I'll listen. You know, my lungs did feel a little strange after being outside yesterday. So you never know. There's particles in the air too as well. And that's something that we have to look at and worry about. So it's pretty weird. Don't get concerned about it. He said, stay inside and reduce your exposure. But in areas close to the fire, Professor Adams recommended wearing an N95 mask outside to block inhalation of most smoke particles. Not the masks. Not the mask again. Jeez Louise. I can't take it anymore. Anyway, insanity. So we got Blockworks. Did the SEG just label everything on Coinbase front page a security? The Howey test is supposed to determine which cryptocurrency is securities, but the SEC could just be relying on website screenshots instead. Gary's securities watchdog said Coinbase and Binance, two most dominant crypto exchanges, have been up to no good. Binance allegedly trading against its own customers throughout subsidy markets while commingling users' assets with its own. A big no-no, if true. But most of the charges, all civil, not criminal, focus on the kind of stuff abhorrent to hall monitors types, supporting trade from unregistered securities. Everyone's freaking out. These are small fines. Small fines compared to how big these companies are. They pay $100 million, they walk away. It's not a big deal. And look, they named different coins on different exchanges. Coinbase sells Atom, but at the same time, they didn't say that they were selling Atom as an unregistered security, right? But when it's on Binance, Atom's an unregistered security. Pretty strange how they name different coins, different times, different aspects. That doesn't make sense. If Atom was an unregistered security by Binance, then should it be an unregistered security by Coinbase? It's a little weird if you ask me. This is pretty strange. This is pretty weird, you know. All right, everybody. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm just east of Toronto. I saw the hazy yesterday. That's interesting, right? They're just trying to up their fiat instead of printing. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to do something. But again, remember, these aren't criminal lawsuits. Everyone gets all freaked out. Like, this is like a pay to play, and it's over. You know? Even if you're unregistered security, you just figure out when and what you sold. You sell. You pay the fine, and you move on. Like, these aren't big deals. I don't know why everyone's making a big deal out of this stuff. It's really not a big deal. All it does is actually show you how strong cryptocurrency is and how they have to do everything they can to try to mess with us. Everybody, I'm going to look back at Bitcoin before I get out of here one last time, and then we're going to kind of make the move out and end the live stream. Shout out to everybody here. I really appreciate you all for being a part of the movement and being with us. Last night, I did go put out an update suggesting that we would break to the downside. I saw that we had this overbought region here on the stochastics RSI. We barely got back above, but then we got resistance by the 200 SMA. But I saw us falling to the downside, especially when you leave the 200 SMA. You get below it, a lot of times you see more downside. So I predicted a fallback. I actually showed you this before it even happened and was able to kind of tell you that we were likely going to the downside. I'll actually play that update right now just so you could say, why would I join your trading group? Well, how would it benefit me? What would be the point? Well, you would have gotten an update last night that would have been able to kind of show you what's happening today. You know what I mean? And you would have been privy to the information before it happened. And so let's break that down. Let's talk about it. And I've been working my butt off in the trading group for a while now. Yesterday at 11 p.m., where's my Bitcoin update? So here's my Bitcoin update. And I even have it charted out before it even happened. I said, we're likely to come down and probably test this level. It's exactly what we did. That was an easy short to the downside, if you ask me.
So let's talk about this. We're bullish if, right? You know, we can go to the smaller time frames and see if there's that love, but we took every little small move we could today.
There's a bearish divergence right there on the 15 minute.
You have the bearish divergence on the 15 minute. right? And that's once you can identify the bearish divvy, it's usually the high point of the trade, and it's time to take some profits. So when I see bearish divergence, I take profits. And bearish divergence is swing up on price to swing down on the RSI.
Simple
You
stuff.
can find it on the MACD too, and you can find it on other time frames, but I find it's the most accurate on the RSI. So, and it's the easiest to see on the RSI. It's the cleanest. So that's why I use the RSI for divergences. You could even see it marked here on the stochastics, as that hill and that hill are smaller, but that moves to the upside. And that's why I love this stochastic with divergences indicator. It's called RSI. 21's far away, so it makes more sense that we'll have to mosey on down to the 21-day moving average. So I'd be watching the 1 hour for a reset to come back somewhere to the 21-day moving average, something like this. And we may even go lower than it and then scoop. So I'm looking for that pullback moment, but I would love it if we could hold this level here. And let's talk about this level and why it makes so much sense. And the 21's not that far away for the 4 hour, which tells me that all we have is a slight little pullback and a bigger move possibly coming. So what we want to see is we want to see, and this is what I love about this is this should kind of fill out in no more than 16 hours. So today it's 10 o'clock at night. We're talking about what, 12 o'clock tomorrow, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, and Wednesdays. So I even said exactly the timing you would see this happen, and here we are. On the 4 hour time frame, it's 12 o'clock. We filled out. Now, what we did do is we didn't hold the zone, right? I can't predict everything, but and that was an important zone we must held. But you would have known to short the market last night based on that update. Pretty simple stuff. SEC can likely sue anybody regardless of where they are located. They will notify your country's authorities, and they will possibly help. No, they don't. That's not true, actually. I don't know where you get that, but it's just not true. You know, if you do business in Greece and you don't only what you did in the United States, they can't do whatever they want all around the world, man. They're not the world. That's not 100% true, man. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. I do see more downside for Bitcoin unless this 1 hour can finally get this punch up and kind of save the day and tweak that 4 hour. The 4 hour could stay pinned and we get a bigger move to the upside. So we're watching this 15-minute and the 1 hour. We started to get the bounce, but then they filtered it back out again. But I still see a bounce. Even if we end up going lower on the 4 hour time frame, I do see a bounce here to the top of the channel at least one more time based on how oversold we are on the 15, based on the MACD kind of turning. But only time will tell, everybody. Only time will tell. So I see a 15-minute bounce, but then, you know, if we can't break back above this resistance here, even if we can't get back above 26,900, 27K, we would expect just more downside. And we have to wait for the 4 hour to either get pinned and stay up here for possibly a double top, which it can definitely happen. I see kind of, and that's a cup and handle. I can't predict what's going to happen, but I can give you the higher probability. There's a high probability that the 15-minute does bounce to the upside here on a short little scalp trade. Remember, as we head into Wednesday into Thursday, it's going to kind of change the way things are. And because we're getting closer to that Fed meeting, definitely something you want to kind of keep in your mind too as well. If the Fed decides not to raise interest rates and they keep it at zero, it's going to be a victory for risk on assets, and it's going to be a pretty big deal. So that's what I'm looking for on the macro scale. That's what I'm going for, and that would be absolutely amazing. I'm predicting that that's going to happen. And again, because I'm looking at the fact that the TGA has to fill up so much in their bank account. When they do that, they're going to be basically quantitative tighten, and when they can't quantitative tighten the same month. So, and again, what's eventually they're never going to get to the 2%, and I've said that over and over and over again. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life, baby. I'll see you on the next live stream. We got 2 super chats left. I mean, they're going to follow Bitcoin in a nutshell. One is KUJI, that tiny little coin. We'll take a look at that for a second. And XRD. Didn't get a lot of super chats today, so I didn't really pay attention to them as much as I normally do. Lots of more to go over, really, in the world market. So, EXRD on the daily time frame. All right. We've seen this beautiful pullback. I like the project. I like what they're doing. And they're starting to kind of bowl on out. The daily's still a little high. All right. And we're approaching some key levels, the 786 Fibonacci level, which is a very known area to retrace and bounce back to the upside. A little bit of resistance there on that wick, which could kind of hold us down for a wick possibly. I like where this is going. I could see this trade make some big gains. If the market does come back to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised if EXRD got some big moves. Let's look at our 22-hour time frame, which suggests a big move is coming for EXRD2 as well. Falling wedges break out 68% of the time. You have a higher probability that this trade will break out at least the base of the triangle and maybe hit the 382 level for some resistance area. So I'd be looking for a move from XRD. That's something on my radar that I'm looking at. And yeah, only time will tell. But look, lack of momentum in either way usually tells you a big move is coming too. And I like where the RSI is at. So I'm bullish on XRD again, but it's going to take its time. It's going to take its time. And Kujira, right, on MEXC. This thing continued to pump. We put it in that channel. It pumped, came back up and down, though. Now it's got some bearish divergence, see? On the 22-hour time frame, it does have a little bit of bearish divvy. This thing's been on an absolute tear, right, since a gentleman in our live stream asked about it. And you can see it kind of broke out of that funky channel. It's a channel you want to see, look, a shoulder, head, and a shoulder in a bit. And it's probably going to come down and retest this area here, in my humble opinion. Retest that support in a flag, then you get yourself a bit of a cup and handle, and then this thing could probably continue to the upside. I'd be looking for the level of 74 5/10% for a move to the upside. 1 hour also looks oversold, though, like it's still kind of trying to hold some lower zones. I don't know enough about this coin to kind of see what's making the catalyst of it move. I'd have to deep dive it. 1 hour looks okay. 4 hour looks okay, too, as well. Wow, it's kind of oversold on multiple time frames. It may not pull back that much. It may actually continue, but the moving averages suggest a little more downside before some upside. The safe play is to wait for it to retest this area, but it may not do that. It may continue to pump. No guarantees. It's at a bit of supportive resistance area. Is that a previous resistance? It's kind of right sitting there. 15-minute also may look like it could pump. Wow, all time frames are a go-go. You're oversold in the 1, the 15, the 4 hour, and the 22. That's telling me we could see a pretty big move in this KUJI coin. It's also very small. Probably has a very small, pretty small market cap. Does have one leg up, and you could see this moving further up to the upside. Anything is possible, but just pay attention. But yeah, that's what I see for this. I'd like it to come down here for a beautiful entry, but it may actually start to bounce here. If I get a candle closing on the 22 or the 4 hour, like above the zone, and we start to see a move, we could get a bigger move for here. Might have a little resistance here, but it could get all the way up to 142. This thing's in its own little mini bull run. As you can see, it's continuously pumping to the upside ever since someone asked about it on the live stream. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. And I'll see you tomorrow at another beautiful live stream. I appreciate you all more than you would ever know. And I'm so happy to have you here every single day. Gratitude is the attitude. Thank you, Lord. I say a prayer. God, thank you for a wonderful live stream. Thank you for the energy to push forward. Help my light, love, and positivity help as many people as humanly possible. And dear Lord, God, thank you for everything you've given to me in my life. I'm so appreciative of every moment that I have and every single chance that I get to breathe this air and be alive. Please, God bless my dad's soul in heaven. And God bless each and every one of you that have lost someone recently or in a long time. No matter what, it doesn't get easy, but it does get better. I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'll see you tomorrow.